And we are live, ladies and gentlemen, and it is literally 60 seconds into the show, and we have had a marriage proposal already. So,
what can I say?
Wait, what about your redheaded? What about your redheads?
I mean, I'll figure it out. It's fine.
I mean, you're saying marriage, but there's always polyamory, so you know.
Right? Yeah. Like, yeah, I was gonna say it's fine. Like,
and I mean, come on. I just came from a bacchanal. It's all the love for the fae. Come on.
We'll figure it out. Like, it's fine.
Dun dun dun! Hi, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to Dinner and a Game, where we get together and cause chaos and hopefully entertain you for a few hours and make your week a little bit brighter right at the beginning. And welcome. How's everyone been doing? I know Dinner and a Game has had some scheduling issues because it's the holidays. And, you know, we're not going to... This is a game that we play for fun, and hopefully you guys enjoy watching it. But in the end, it's still just something we do for fun. So when people have scheduling issues, real life comes first. That's our number one rule, which is why the amazing and incredible Milagros will not be joining us this evening. She is taking care of her real life stuff, and we are loving her and telling her that we wish her all the best. Hope everything goes smoothly, and hope she has a safe trip home. So... in the meantime, though, the rest of us did get here, and so we're going to continue our World of Darkness live play of our chronicle, Emerald Sanctums. World of Darkness is an urban fantasy world where vampires and werewolves and mages and fae and were-tigers, or lions, I should say, all come together to try and form a found family while not killing each other and hopefully not getting killed by anyone else. So, tonight I'm joined by these amazing people. Hi, amazing people!
Hi!
Hello, amazing storyteller.
Thank you very much. So, have you guys had a good 7 days since the last time we gathered together to do this?
Yes.
Everyone has had a goodish week? I love all the thought. The long pause.
I had a D&D game yesterday that I'm just like, yep, we're fine.
I didn't get to watch. How'd it go? Oh boy. There's VOD, right? I sub, so...
We'll put it this way. Farrell's down to 20 hit points and she can't be healed by any healing magically or normally. So, like, Farrell's down to 20 hit points and she's not doing well. We'll put it that way.
And she's basically not coming up from that either.
No, and our cleric is the only one standing there, and Farrell told her to run and go get help. So it's sending our cleric away. And she can't heal her anyways. No magical healing, no healing at all. She's just down to 20 hit points, and I'm still being attacked. I'm literally in the clutches of this BBEG. I got hit 4 times for 80 points of damage. It's fine.
Woo! So, next Monday night, we might have a show to recommend you guys go watch. You guys are on next Monday, right? Okay. All right.
Yeah, we are.
So, but thank you very much for the update. And Ivy, since you went through all that trauma just last night, who are you going to play tonight so you can avoid any trauma whatsoever?
Oh yeah, any trauma whatsoever. Tonight,
no drama here.
No, we have no drama here. We are the most wholesome of individuals. No, tonight I'm playing Vera Rhoda, who is my failed nun vampire. She's a lot of fun.
How did she fail? She's still a nun.
You say that.
She is still a nun.
You can't.
Hello,
you can't be a nun when you know what? We'll leave that. But like,
we'll leave that. You can be a nun. You just might not,
Well, there's a lot there.
There's a lot to unpack on that one. So, Em.
Yeah.
You were the one who had the good week.
Yes.
Congratulations on having a wonderful week.
Thank you.
Thank you. Excellent. We always applaud people who manage to come off with 7 days in a row of goodness. Especially with all the no-bones days that were in this week. We had a lot of them.
We did. That pug was like, absolutely not.
Yep. Nope. I'm Jello today. So, who are you going to be playing for us tonight, Em?
I am playing Lady Rosaline, our lovely she, who is currently panicking because she has to go to Fae Court here soon.
Yeah, and it's one of those good old things where when you're a member of Fae Court, you usually just don't want to go.
Yeah, especially concerning it's her arranged marriage that she thought she already said this was done and over with.
She made her deals, she cut her deals, she paid her price. She was supposed to be free and clear, but you know how it is. Things happen. Things happen. And you told them it was fake or BS, but you didn't tell them who summoned you, did you?
Nope.
Was it your ex?
Nope.
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 Rosalie will explain. She'll explain.
Yeah. It's one of those summons that cannot be ignored.
Yeah, also, I tried. I just failed. I failed the damn. By one. I failed by one.
Mm-hmm. But that's what happens. You know, that's what happens to make good story. No failed dice roll ever really produces no good story. It might be a sad story, but it's still a good story.
I mean, it doesn't necessarily have to be sad. Maybe Fate Court's just like Night Court. It's just about hilarity.
Maybe.
We get Richard Mall and John Larroquette. I mean, who knows?
And thinks you just made two references that I don't think anyone but us got. and Jessica.
Showing our age. Showing our age.
All right, so Sphinx.
Talking about, you're 29.
You're 29. He just looks
Both
29.
You both are.
Yeah, well, thank you. I grabbed my gray beard.
I've been 29 for a minute.
For 29 for 10 years.
I'll be 29 in 5 days.
You know
She's
what?
a
Happy birthday
bean.
to you.
Yeah, I know.
You don't want me to sing? Trust me.
So Sphinx. So your week was eh?
It was. I mean, there were some good and some frustrating, but for the most part, it was all right. I don't have any major complaints.
Good, excellent. And so, who are you going to play tonight to let off some steam?
I am playing Emrys Malik Grant, who is our Order of Hermes mage and bookshop / tea shop owner, and adopted father to one Penny, and best friend to one Vera Rota.
Dun dun dun. And sometimes snack.
Occasional snack, yeah.
All right, and finally
Although
we
if you
have
ask Malik, he's always a snack.
Oh!
Oh, there goes Ivy.
Oh no!
It's okay. She'll be back in a minute. And then we have Jonathan. Hello, Jonathan. How are you doing? Did you have an week too?
I mean, it's like the last week before the break and everything, so it's been an interesting week, but it hasn't been particularly great or particularly bad.
Yeah. I mean, that's the way it normally goes. It's, you can get a bad week that's just all around bad, but 90% of the time your bad weeks are the whole, it was just not really good. So, and Jonathan, you basically are one of the people who comes here because you love gaming and you love hanging out with us. And so you are one of the people who, really doesn't do much on social media, but you are an old school dagger. You were back here. You were with us from the very get-go when we started our podcast way back in 2018. So that is something that, can, you should look on with pride, because you're one of the people who helped to start this madness.
I'm 3 years old.
I'm 3 years old. And Jonathan, who are you going to be playing this evening?
I am playing Mark, who is mostly a were-lion,
Mostly.
but also has some Fey blood running through him. And it's been a weird, little bit of time for him. Like, almost died. Now he gets the chair without having any problems, which is great, but it's also confusing because nobody else is trying to get it, and it's just complicated.
It's very complicated. The chair thing might be the most distressing part.
I know, like I want it, but I want it, not just like have it for free. Like,
Yeah, it needs to be one.
yeah.
All right, and finally we have my amazing other half. Hi, baby. Oh, you're muted. Counting Coop.
Sorry about that.
That's okay. So, and baby, who are you going to be playing tonight?
Sunny Danum.
And Sunny Danum
Who
is...
a satyr. That would be a changeling.
Yep.
I
And
am not pretty like our lovely Rosaline, but I packed
Rosaline.
one hell of a punch. Which
And-
hopefully we don't see anytime soon. Or ever.
Gotcha. And Jessica does all of our social media for Dinner and a Game. So if you guys see anything up on our Facebook or our Twitch or our Twitter or anything else like that, Jessica's the one who's running that, and we really love her and thank her for doing that. So it is amazing. But all that being said, remember, ladies and gentlemen, we are doing a couple things real quick. Last bit of housekeeping. We are doing our giveaway on TikTok, I should say. We're trying to get 1,000 on TikTok. We're at 830 something. So we're like 160 away. And if you can help us out, when we hit 1,000, we are going to be giving away this, which is a 3D printed 4-story tall Wizard's Tower for your gaming needs. It's already primed white. It comes with little staircases inside that help you go up from level to level. I actually have one of these here by accident. And it is basically going to be given away when we hit 1,000 followers on TikTok. If you need to that... Oops. Okay. If you want to find all of our links... I think that's it. Yeah, you can go to our link tree and find those. You can find a link to our TikTok page, and you can go give us a follow there. Also, we are giving away one other thing right now, which is for Twitch. We're giving away... Oh, we lost Sphinx. We're giving away this set of books. This is the D&D core book set. It is with foil covers. It has a player's guide, the monster's manual, the DMG, and the GM screen. They're all in that lovely slip cover. They have foil covers, so they don't look like anyone else's books. So if you end up going to the game store, you'll never confuse your books with anyone else's unless they have the same set. We're going to be giving that away. We hit 1,000 followers here on Twitch, and we're at 640 right now, which means we're over halfway there. It's going a little slow, but we're over halfway there, which is the good part. So we'll be giving that away. And I was going to do a mini of the show, but both my printers are down right now. So I'm going to go ahead and hold off, and we'll start doing that again at the beginning of the year next year. This is the last show of the year. Tomorrow night, we normally would be playing Kingdoms of Mist, but it's the holidays, and a bunch of people had to call in from the show. So we just said, we're ending on a cliffhanger. We're in the middle of a fight. We'll take it up again next year. So, all right. So, in the meantime, though, let's get down to playing Emerald Sanctums, a chronicle set in Seattle. Now, last we left off, you guys had gotten through a very tumultuous time, having fought your way down into the Deep Umbra, having defeated some Black Spiral Dancers and some kind of sorcerer. You never really got a firm answer on what type of sorcerer it was. And then you basically managed to keep your cool and retrieve and save both Penny, who had been kidnapped by the Black Spiral Dancers. Yeah, Sphinx went poop. And he's coming back right now. He might be having some internet issues. I'll let that come up. But anyway, I can hear you, but I can't see you yet.
Yeah, it's not tracking my camera yet for some reason.
So, and after they rescued Penny, they also rescued a young man named Eric, who Penny had met at school. And after they rescued Eric, they discovered that Eric was some kind of changing breed, and that Eric was also, according to Ivy, a vampire. So he was a werewolf and a vampire in one body. They got him back. They saved him. They got him back to the Couch and Quill. Vera put him up in her suite, the room she has there, to watch him. But when they got him there, he was no longer breathing. He had no heartbeat, no pulse. His body was literally room temperature. And he had pronounced fangs. So they kind of laid him out on the couch, left him there, and Ivy said that she'd basically stay there, keep him there with her, and see what happens when he wakes up the next evening. And it's at that point that everyone else was kind of turning in to get some rest. Penny and Emery's had a conversation about what Penny wanted to do, which was basically try and go to the bursar's office and try and get Eric's information from the bursar so they could find out, so they could start investigating his background and finding out who he was. Then they were going to try and do that during the day while he was still out cold. What was that? That was a weird noise. But anyway, and that's kind of where we left everything off. So Vera is unconscious, but everyone else is here and is conscious. Sphinx, can you hear us?
Yep, I can hear you just fine.
You should start working on getting the camera up and running.
My camera's being stupid.
It's okay. Cameras be that way sometimes.
No, just stop being stupid then.
I would love to.
I can't hear him.
I would love to tell it several
You can't
things
hear
right
him?
now.
Oh, I can hear him.
I can hear him too. Could everyone else hear Sphinx?
He's
Hang
got
on.
a delay.
Let me
I don't
get
hear
out
him
and back
at
in
all.
again.
Yeah. All right. I'm gonna turn.
I get knocked down.
Get up again. God. So,
I hate you so much.
I'm
right
sorry.
That's one of those songs that will not get.
Oh shoot, I'm sorry.
So, Jonathan, we were going over this before the game started, but we were talking about what was happening with Mark while everyone else was running around taking care of the last bits of, making sure Eric was housed somewhere and kept safe. They actually did they move him at the last minute to that force cage that Penny was talking about?
The what?
The force cage. The magical cage to keep him secured.
Yes, we did. Because that sounds like a really good idea and something I would have thought of. And we don't have
Yeah.
Milagros here to have taken notes.
That was something you did say. Yes.
Were you going to say something, Em?
Okay, I can see Sphinx. Oh, no, never mind.
Maybe we don't jinx it.
And now his camera's working.
There we go.
There we
What did I
go.
just say? Don't jinx it. We don't see him now.
We don't see him. Yeah, we'll
If
just
we
act like we
see him, then we will be acknowledging his existence, which may wipe him out from existence.
Oh no. I don't see Em at all though. I see everyone else.
That's weird because she was saying she didn't see you. Em, say something.
Hello?
Can
I
you
still
hear her?
don't see Sphinx. I don't see
Nope,
Sphinx.
I've just
Oh my
have
God, what's
a black
going on?
box that
We
just
have
says
to-
Lady Rosaline. Lady
It
Rosaline
says
connecting.
connecting on my end.
I can see both.
Whoa. Okay, do me a favor.
Also
Em,
wonderful.
why don't you drop out of the call and call right back?
Oh, there's
Oh,
wait.
there you are.
Okay. It just took a little bit. It took a little bit for everything to sync up. Hi guys. No more no technical difficulties here. Yeah.
weird.
Yeah. Emery, Sphinx.
Yes.
One thing I was asking just a minute ago, at the end, Penny had come up with the idea of creating the force cage to put him in. Did you guys actually do that? I don't even think you enrolled for that or anything like that.
No, we decided not to do that just yet on account of the possibility of Eric not really reacting very well to that.
Yeah,
See?
it was.
That
You guys
sounds-
had said, "Oh, maybe." Guys, Vera was not awake. This is Ivy. It was you guys had said, "Oh yeah, he may not take too kindly to suddenly waking up as changed vampire and also in a cage."
Well, and Vera, from your embrace when you were turned that when you woke up, the only thing you knew is you were insanely hungry.
Right.
And per Sabat customs, there was someone there for you to feed on immediately. So
Right.
it's part of breaking. It's part of what the Sabat does to break their humanity. Is they basically make the vampires commit immediate murder.
Yeah, makes sense.
Yep.
Yeah, if worst comes to worst, I'll do my trick that no one has seen yet.
So,
Oh.
so you guys are kind of getting the day together. M,
Yes.
you're back at the house. Mark,
Yep.
that's what I was going. Mark, you're when you dropped out of the call because Jonathan had some severe technical difficulties last game. When you dropped out of the call, We were wrapping things up we had wrapped the fight up. We're wrapping things up. We're getting things organized back at the cafe or the coffee shop.
Did y'all hear anything I said right before you were like, just go?
No, that's what's it. We couldn't hear you. You were roboting out really bad.
Okay.
Yeah.
I was trying to tell them like that I recommend they be very careful with him because either guy was going to take pity on his soul and she was going to kill him.
I heard that part.
Oh,
yes.
we heard that part. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yes, we did get that part.
All right. Well,
so would you have stuck around or would you have left? Because everyone was safe now and back at the Couch and Quill.
Are you really safe when something can wake up and become a horrible monster that's just going to rage kill everything with blood?
That's an odd question.
Because I'm going to say no. I don't think that's really a safe situation.
So are you staying then?
That's
Yeah, I probably would have stayed.
So do you have a guest room other than the one that Vera stays in downstairs?
Probably, yeah.
Or would he stay? Or would he stay in one of the?
When,
Yeah, or would he stay in one of the upstairs rooms?
Why would I need a room? I have a perfectly good chair by a bay window.
Oh!
You're gonna go sleep in the chair?
Isn't that what I usually do in the chair?
Poor Pandora.
Probably.
Poor
Probably.
Pandora.
Just to make sure you occupy it. All right, so you're gonna go sleep in the chair.
Although I will make a recommendation that magic thing they didn't want to put him in the force cage because they didn't want to freak him out.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe you guys want to prep that spell so that all you have to do is like the last bit that sets it off. So if things start going bad, like it can just activate.
It's not a bad idea.
And then I'm gonna go sleep. Like as soon as I drop that idea on them, I'm just gonna go lay down and sleep.
Yeah.
Maybe
Let Mom and Dad take care of it.
Wait, no.
Butterflies and
Ray,
rainbows.
I take it back.
Go to sleep. Go to sleep.
Not by the bay window. I'm gonna carry the chair downstairs,
Mm-hmm.
and I'm gonna sleep down there where this guy is supposed to be.
And
In case
Vera's
things go
in
bad.
my room
He's in Vera's room.
with me.
Yeah.
Well, then maybe you shouldn't have put him in your room.
If I wake up and you're just staring dead eyes at me, I'm going to be very upset.
Yeah, I'm going to, as Everest is probably going to highly recommend against that. But I've seen Vera upset. I don't want anyone else to have to see
Ray,
that.
Yes.
I'm gonna lift the chair and I'm gonna stealth it into the room and then
Come on.
set
How are you gonna
myself up
stealth
in the
it?
corner.
How are you gonna stealth it into the room?
I mean,
I want an idea because you're carrying a giant armchair, which is no problem if you're when you're in your form that you're in. But how are you sneaking that down a flight of stairs, through a living area type place, and then down a hallway, and then
so
sneaking
you
it in
start
through
watching
a door?
to see where you watch to see where people are going.
Uh-huh.
I move the chair near the door and stop.
Okay.
And then when they get active again and they're moving, I'm gonna like open the door and take it downstairs.
Okay, so
And then once I get downstairs, I'll go down the hallway.
We're gonna need some rolls.
Oh,
Vera is literally asleep like this, like Sherlock Holmes style.
I know she's sitting up in her chair in her room.
I don't know if it was a thing when you were alive and everything, but he was one of our special students.
That's fine.
God.
If that helps, he acts a little funny. Maybe draw a box on the floor.
Oh, you know what? You know,
So what happened?
Oh my
It's
god.
hilarious.
All right.
I think it's weird that you think that a box on the floor is gonna grab my attention.
maybe if it's a man-sized cardboard box, because cats love boxes. Maybe it's one of those.
Yeah, I'll buy you a refrigerator.
Buy you a refrigerator, put a box just for the box.
Little
Yep.
box.
Why would I want a refrigerator box when I have a perfectly wonderful chair that I love to sleep in?
but have you considered putting the chair in the box?
I had not until this moment, but that actually sounds like fun now.
Chair in the box by the bay window. It sounds like we're playing Clue.
Right? Is there a refrigerator box on my way downstairs?
No, there's not.
Probably not.
No,
You're supposed
it's
to start getting
the
real
basement.
pissed at putting things in her room and messing with her door. Like,
Wait. Does Vera have any large boxes in her room when I get in there with the chair?
She just happened to have bought a new refrigerator.
Yep.
Oh no, she got. It's even better. She got one of those small mini fridges, so it's not
Yeah.
a full size fridge box, but it is the perfect size for you. Just
I'm
kidding.
bigger than a mini fridge.
mini fridge.
Yes, but you know, if you move just right, you could maybe.
Like wiggle it.
But
Wait,
cats,
thank you.
but cats will.
You can loaf into the box.
I was gonna say yes. Cats sit in the box. They don't stand up in the box. They don't, and everything like that. So if you're gonna sit in the box, a mini fridge box is plenty
You can
big enough.
totally loaf in the
All right.
box.
Ray,
Yes.
some quick questions.
Uh
Oh
huh.
my god.
What's the difficulty on the roll?
First off, I'm trying to find your character sheet, Jonathan.
Athletics.
No.
Should be stealth.
It's stealth, and it's gonna be. Man, would it be strength and stealth or dex and stealth? Because you have to carry a heavy chair.
Oh,
Well,
shoot.
carrying the chair is not the hard part.
Oh
My
yeah,
strength is pretty high at this
his
point.
strength is decently high, so that's not really gonna be. Oh, there his character sheet is. All right. Oh no, it's not his character sheet.
No.
Oh no.
That's a good face to be frozen on, though.
Who froze? Oh, that is a wonderful face to be frozen.
Ivy!
Ivy go poof. Let me turn her
Can
camera.
somebody
over.
screenshot that so we have Ivy's face when she realizes I'm in the room?
Hold on. I got it. Done.
Rock on.
I'm gonna clip it real fast. Ah. Ivy's gonna be so mad at us.
She'll probably think it's funny.
I think that's the perfect face for her to make when she realizes I'm in the room.
No one clipped that, Ivy.
Hmm?
I said no one clipped that.
I definitely.
No one clipped that because of the face you were making when you froze.
It was a wonderful face.
That's fine. I've been clipped with worse.
I've been clipping the words.
Yep, we're not gonna go there. I've been clipped with worse.
Oh dear.
All right. Hold on. Posting a thing in the Emerald Sanctums right now. Our lovely main chat on the Discord. There we go. Behold. There you go.
Thank you. I made a meme out of it. Watch me.
Oh
I'm gonna
boy.
put when other people bring chairs into your room. When there's no refrigerator boxes.
Honestly,
Oh, right.
What?
Oh, never mind.
What?
No, it's fine. Never
Okay,
mind. Just,
okay.
I was
Alright.
thinking, like a cat, you're doing all this stealthily, and we're all watching you do it.
No. First off, make your roll for the Dex plus or strength. Yeah, Dex plus stealth roll. Okay.
difficulty.
Difficulty
6?
is no. It's a 7.
Okay. I'm gonna spend a willpower on that.
Okay. This is so important to him. He spends a willpower. 4 successes. All right. Now
I
need,
got 1 success, a 10, a 1 success, and a willpower. So
and I need everyone else to make me a perception and alertness roll.
Okay.
I am asleep.
Yeah, well, Vera doesn't, but M.
I'm not there.
Oh yeah, you left.
Yeah.
You went home.
And
I went
Sunny.
home. Because some of us has a morning business.
Yep. You're muted, Sunny.
What is the
The difficulty is 7, and you're trying to get more successes than Mark got.
I got 2 9s and a 10.
So you got the same.
Yeah. You know what? I'm gonna spend an extra willpower, an extra couple of willpower.
Couple of you're gonna spend 2. You know you haven't recovered any willpower yet.
wait, we're allowed to spend more than 1.
I think you are only allowed to spend 1 on each roll.
Okay, so never mind.
Man.
It won't beat it then. Never mind.
All right. So, Mark, you had 4. Sphinx, you had
3.
3. Okay. So, and Sunny had 3. So, Mark, you sneak the chair downstairs.
I feel very accomplished right now.
So are you taking it actually into Vera's room?
That's where the guy is, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. Well, since Vera is pretty much unawares, she is currently dead. As is Eric. No, literally dead.
I mean, that too.
So you basically put the chair in her room, close the door, and you very quickly realize there's absolutely no source of light in this room. It is not pitch dark, it is absolutely dark.
No, I'm playing with my phone. So you can see that.
No, I'm talking to Mark about the room he just went in.
Oh, okay.
Not your bedroom. Mark!
No, her bedroom.
I know. So it's completely dark in there. Are you doing anything, or are you just sitting in your chair in the dark?
I'm gonna put the chair somewhere where I can see what he's doing clearly.
Mm-hmm.
Can I see anything once my eyes adjust, or is it?
I
lit a very small candle in one of the corners of the room.
Okay.
And left it.
In that
Like
case,
a
you
very,
can see fairly
very,
well.
very, very dim light.
You can see fairly well. You can see that he's kind of been posed on the couch for some reason, with one arm like over his head, like this.
I moved.
And someone put a fake costume necklace around his neck. It has a really big stone on it.
This all seems very weird.
This is very out of character for me.
The score to Titanic is playing on an old timey record player.
Is he wearing clothes?
No, he's not wearing a shirt.
Just a shirt?
No, he's not wearing a shirt.
He's not
Oh,
I like her just a shirt.
Just a shirt? No, he's not wearing a shirt.
Wow.
Vera's like, he looks uncomfortable. Let's take off all his clothes.
Beer would be like, and gross.
Gross. All right, so Mark, you can, like I said, you can make him out. You can see that Vera has propped herself in another chair similar to the one you're in, and she's got her fingers are all steepled and her hands are resting on her chest, but her chin is against her chest, and she is out.
are these different chairs, or were they part of a matching set at one point?
They're probably different chairs.
Okay. Then just put my chair somewhere between, like, where her chair is and the couch, so if this guy gets up, like, I can still, like, intervene between them.
Got it. All right. So you're kind of intervened yourself. Now, number one, you know he's not waking up until dusk. Number two, it just dawned. So there's around 10 hours of time that you now have to kill if you're going to stay in this room, sitting here in a very dark room, and that candle's going to burn out pretty soon.
So
Do we know? Do I know if he's like dead, gone dead, or like dead is gonna rise again dead? Or are we waiting to find out what happens?
we're waiting to find out.
Well, he had pronounced fangs, but you, Mark, because of the role you made about having knowledge about this, know that the grand majority of the time, these creatures do not survive the turning process. From the freshness of the wound on his neck where he was bit, he was drained this evening. This is the first night of his undeath. So he was drained and given a vampire's blood and then used for that ritual.
You know what? I'm gonna do something to him before I get comfortable in my chair.
What's that?
I'm gonna spend a gnosis, and I'm gonna grant him exceptional luck. Gaia can decide that he dies gracefully or he survives. But whatever she would have planned for him, luck is definitely on his side that that's what's about to happen.
Okay. I don't know how to interpret that.
Actually, cool. That will help me with what I might have to do if he comes back, wrong.
I'm not sure if he's gonna come back or not, but like it just feels kind of like spiritually right to be like, let's push this towards wherever it's supposed to go. Let's definitely make sure the right thing happens one way or the other.
Yep. Works
So-
for me. That sounds good.
You basically go over, touch him. When you touch him, his body is chillingly cold. He's room temperature. And so when you touch him, it's kind of like, eerie. There is no rise and fall to his chest. If you check it, there's no pulse. So for the most part, he seems to be a dead body.
But he'd be dead either way. It's just a matter of whether or not he wakes back up as a vampire /
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. But that's the whole point. But the only thing you notice about him that's weird is the fact that he does have those pronounced fangs. He's for all intents and purposes, he's human. He's in a human form. He's not in Glabro or anything like that. He is just his normal form, and he is not. But the fangs are just like Vera's. They're long. They're weapons. But that's the only thing that looks different about him compared to what you saw, or compared to him just walking around in the daylight.
well, I mean, I just don't want him hurting anybody.
Okay.
You remember the field trip we took to the aquarium that one year? With all the gators and...
You know what? You said I need to entertain myself for hours, right?
If you're going to stay in this room the entire night, yes.
All right. Are his eyes open?
No.
Open his eyes.
Why?
Sit in my chair and begin the staring contest.
Your eyes will dry out.
I didn't say I can't blink. I'm just going to stare at him the whole time.
Okay.
Are you worried about his eyes?
No, his eyes, he's dead.
He's dead.
Yeah, that's what I thought. Like, I'm not refusing to blink. I'm just going to engage in like a stare down.
Why?
I love how
Why can't I do a stare down with this
You
guy?
can absolutely... I didn't say you couldn't. You can absolutely do a stare down.
Oh no, it's Jessica's reaction. She's like, "What are you
Who's
doing?"
gonna stop you? Like, really?
Look,
You know what?
my
If you
resume
wake
is going to
up off-
include a stare down with a dead man.
Okay, fine. You can put that on your resume. That makes
Yeah.
complete sense now.
Just
All
like
right.
when you were in school.
Just then, this is...
Were you even at the school when I was in school, or are you just like pretending like you were in school when I was at school?
I was.
You were not.
Yes, I was. I was here behind you.
God.
Sorry.
How old do
Anyway.
you think I am?
Yes.
I know how old you are.
You're
were like-
old. He's young. You were not in the school at the same time. You're a grump. You're in your 40s. He's like 20 something.
Yeah, I think I'm like 21. Like,
Oh shit! I didn't know that. Ew.
So anyway,
In that
So-
case, I probably had to suspend your dumb ass a few times.
but
I was out of the school before you took it over.
Yep. So now you're sitting there staring at his open eyes, and it's the most grueling, challenging test of wills you've ever committed to.
And speaking of, if you want to go to the school and keep an eye out, or hell, have an end-of-year party with all the other kids, that's cool. And you can blink. It's
You're not
okay.
in the room with him. He snuck downstairs.
I thought I was in Vera's room.
No. Vera said she was going to go take him to her room, and she was going to go to bed for the night, and that was the last you saw of Vera. Mark slipped out of the room, apparently, magically, with a giant frickin'
Came
chair.
downstairs, messed with our lovely friend, and then you said
Yeah,
you walked out.
yeah. You reposed him. Oh, and
Yeah.
you painted Vera's name in with a glue stick, and then
Yeah, but that was
dusted it
before
with glitter.
That was while I was out getting a snack.
Yes,
And
that's right. That's
I
right.
was like,
I glitter bombed. her
you,
door.
you glitter bombed Vera's door.
Yeah.
And then you came back and you rearranged Eric to look like,
One of
From-
those.
paint me like your French girls. Yes.
Yeah, and I'm drawing him. The hell?
Huh? You didn't say you were drawing him last time. You said you were posing him and then you left. All right, so
Posed him. I didn't say I left. You don't know what I'm doing with him.
You left because that'll save us from getting freaking suspended off Twitch. So, you guys, Sphinx, Emery's had a discussion with Penny, and she was talking about going to the school. And this was like right as you guys were going to crash out.
Yeah.
So I don't think her intent was to go to the school immediately because, you guys need some rest. So I'm assuming you're going to take time to get some shut-eye, at least a few hours.
I'm going to pass out.
Yeah. So everyone kind of crashes out, and Sunny goes back to the school, I'm assuming. Where would she go? That's where she lives.
That's where she should be.
I
But
thought she
she's-
went back to the school to talk to Greg.
Yeah, you went back to school and talked to Greg, remember?
I thought I talked to him before.
No, because he lowered his head down by the window of your room, remember?
Oh yeah, that's right.
Yep. So you're at the school.
He's a weirdo.
You're at the school. Everyone else crashes out for the evening. It's about 10-ish in the morning when Penny comes and tries to make sure you're awake, Emery's.
Yeah, and at that point, I'm getting out of the shower. I've got like a towel wrapped around me, and I'm like putting the robe on.
Mm-hmm. And she kind of raps on the door, and she says, who's coming? Oh, one thing we forgot, Mark. There was a group text that came through on your phone while you were in Vera's room. And you heard Vera's phone go off, too, so that's how you know it's a group text. But the group text basically was what Emery's had said when we were just starting up the show about the fact that they were going to go try and get information tomorrow about Eric at school. And they wanted to know who all could show up and who wouldn't be able to.
Oh, what time do they want to do that at?
They didn't actually give a time. They just were asking if anyone wanted, who was going to be able to come. Because Rosaline said no, because she's apparently getting ready to go to court.
Her exact wording was,
Supplies.
yeah,
What?
her exact wording was, I have more important things right now.
Yes.
Yeah.
I'm going to respond to the message. Who's going to watch Eric if everybody's going to go to his school?
Penny's kind of replies back, I assume he's just going to lay there until the sun goes down. Isn't that kind of what... If he's... Either he's dead, or he's vampire dead. And if he's vampire dead, he can't do anything when the sun's up. Isn't that how it works?
And then Emrys texts along with that. Also, V's in the room with him,
I'm going to respond.
and no one
V's
else.
definitely going to be out during the day. Like, she's absolutely definitely going to be out during the day. As I just glance over and make sure that seems to be accurate. I don't think she'd know if anybody was moving around in the room this moment based on what I know about vampires. And as for the new visitor, stand up and take a couple paces while I'm typing this one out.
You start walking back and
I
forth
thought
in
you
her
were gonna
room.
get up and take a picture of Vera and just like sneaking.
Umbra, it won't work. It won't
Yeah, it won't
work.
capture her
I was
picture.
like, what?
Getting supplies in case. Be back. Dot.
Okay.
I'm old and I'm not wearing glasses, so I'm having to peck at this.
Alright.
So, as for the
Rosaline
new
responds.
visitor, ... IDK about him exactly, but I will say they're tied to a solar cycle and not a lunar one, so who knows what happens when you mix solar cycles and lunar cycles together. ...
Rosaline's
Question
trying
mark
to
shrug emoji.
she's trying to send a thumbs up, but it just comes as a peach. Rosaline tried. She tried. She tried.
Rosaline is calling someone an ass.
Oh,
So,
Oops. Sorry.
Rosaline responded
Wrong
back with
emoji.
Rosaline responded back with a peach.
She replied with a peach.
Eggplant.
God. Okay, so
Emerus just responds with like a series of question marks.
Penny responds with
vegetables and fruit.
there's YouTube videos you guys can watch to learn how to do this stuff.
What is tube of
How many
you?
question marks did you use, Emrys?
Like 4.
I'm gonna respond to that. I like all 4 of your questions. Let me start with the first one. Yes. Second one, no. Third one, maybe. Fourth one, IDK, but I can look it up on YouTube. Penny just told me there's good videos there.
Why are we talking about produce?
Oh, God! This is the worst situation ever. I'm going to remove texting from the game forever.
Emrys stares at the phone, stares at Penny, stares at the phone again, puts the phone down.
Rosaline texts back, finally. Okay, I've been informed I accidentally sent the wrong emoji. Apologies. I meant to send a thumbs up. Will not be available. I have to pack for a trip in 7 days. And it's bad news bears. I think that's what the saying is.
I'm not fun. But court is fun. It's a blast.
God damn.
Yeah.
Oh,
Replies, what does Walter Matthau have to do with any of it?
no. All you see is a bunch of angry emojis when court is fun was mentioned. And then a middle finger.
Oh, she got that one right.
Yeah, Penny was like, holy shit, she got that one right. Penny like is literally walking over to Emery's going, she got one right. I don't know if that's a good sign or a bad sign.
I'm gonna send like the thing that makes your phone explode with confetti and balloons.
Congrats.
Yeah, she got all the emojis right.
Okay, so there you go. That happened. Okay, so you guys you're intending on staying in the room all day, correct, Mark?
I mean, he really probably shouldn't get up. Like, I don't know. Is there stuff in this room I can use to like Home Alone booby trap him?
Oh.
Vera?
Yes, Ray.
You're not Macaulay.
No,
Culkin.
he didn't say that on chat.
Okay.
Vera,
Yep.
do you have any devices or items in your room that could be used for tying people up
You
or
know,
restraining them?
No, her wife does.
Emrys, I swear. There's so many jokes I want to make. Stop. Making
That's why I took the question so slowly.
I know. So she does have the dresser, the bed, the closet, as well as a coffee table, this couch, and her chair across, and now the other chair from the upstairs. I'm sure you could probably go through her stuff and find some weapons, as well as like things that she's gathered over the years. So yeah, probably you could probably find things in her room. She doesn't have a lot out. She's very organized. But if you start going through her closet, I'm sure you'll
Stay
find
out
ropes
of
or
her
weapons,
underwear.
etc.
So,
Ray,
what?
I have a solution.
Okay.
Does she have any stakes in here?
No! Why would she have the
any
weapon
object that
that...
can be turned into a stake?
Oh, you can break one of the tables.
I swear to God, if Vera wakes up and
On your head be that action.
Wait, if Vera wakes up in a what?
and you've broken her furniture,
She will use the very big gun on you. And Fox Rider, no, that's why I was scared. Thank God you didn't. But she said there might be some rope somewhere in there.
yeah, like she's collected things over the years.
And
You know what?
Backstory.
This
I'm just
this
saying.
I was afraid.
I think that's.
Shibari, maybe?
Uh,
Ray,
Yes.
Oh, I
if
know.
I step out of the
she's
door for a
packing-
second,
packing
how many
for
other
our
doors are
Lesbian
down
wedding,
here in
remember?
this basement-y area?
Emery's. There is your room. There is Ivy's room. There is Penny's room.
Yep.
How many other rooms? And then there's like the living area, the laboratory, and the you probably cook upstairs, so you don't really use
Yeah,
the
I cook
kitchen area.
Yeah, I cook upstairs. Then there's like the actual like sanctum portion of the room. Yeah, and like before you get to any of like the major rooms, there's like the occult section, the occult bookshop section. So you have to go through the occult, down the stairs through the occult bookstore to get to the actual living space.
So so there is, but what I'm trying to ask is how many rooms are there down here total?
There is, let's see, Emerson's room, Vera, Penny, bathrooms. There's like 2 bathrooms at least because Penny needs to have her own.
Yes.
And then the sanctum.
Mm-hmm.
So I probably would have an extra room down there for whenever. Damn it! I am blanking on her name all of a sudden.
Vera?
No, whenever Sybil comes to visit.
Gotcha.
So probably a total of 7 rooms total.
Okay, because remember, this house is huge.
It's a huge house.
And this basement is the entire footprint of the house.
Yep.
So you have a lot of space to play with.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's definitely doable. All right, so if there's 7 rooms down here, we already described 2 of them as being open rooms in the living area and the laboratory area, and then that's behind one wall. On the other side of that wall, there will be the shop itself. So there is a grand total of 4 doors down here. 5 doors, 6 doors. I forgot about
In the common area,
5 doors.
In the common area where the stairwell is there any like little bits of like wood and stuff to repair things?
Number 1, the stairwell is actually in the shop area.
Okay.
And then there's a
All
door that goes from the shop area into this back living area.
All right.
And it's a hidden door.
It's older and it's Victorian.
Yes.
How Victorian are we talking? Like fancy or just kind of like quasi?
It's fairly fancy.
Pretty fancy.
Okay, well, check one of the doors that seems not to be used very much. And then go inside.
How are you going to how are you going to determine the door's not used very much?
Okay, go over towards the wall that would be hardest to see when you come down the stairs.
That's once again in the shop.
Ah.
When you come down the stairs, you come into the area where the books, the forbidden vault of books that are to be loaned or sold are kept. And they're on bookshelves and everything like that. It's not nowhere near as big as the bookstore is upstairs. It's like a few sets of shelves that carry all these grimoires and everything like that. And then in that area, there is a small sitting area, probably 2 chairs and a table. And then there is a door that's like kind of right behind that leads into the back living area, which is the majority of the basement area.
All right. I'm going to look at the bottom of the walls, around the doors, and the top of the ceiling, and find myself a piece that might be damaged of the decorative trims. Any damage down here?
I don't think Sphinx would let the house get to that point.
Nah, not after Sybil paid good money for this house. No.
It's repaired everything.
Well, yeah, it's not disheveled. This is a place of business and a home.
Yeah. No tearing up houses. Bad
If you're looking for
bad.
something to make a steak out of, you could probably go find the broom closet and break one of the brooms.
Oh, great. Room closet. Do I know that?
Yeah, you can find
Or do I
it.
have to look around?
It's actually probably right off of the lab because that's where any real spills or messes would be made.
Probably, yeah.
How far am I from the lab?
Just down the other. It's on the other end of the hallway.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah, go that way then.
All right. So yeah, you can quickly find the location of the storage closet, and it has like a mop sink in there, mop bucket, blah 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 blah. Several different wooden handled utensils.
All right. Pick the cheapest one.
Okay. It's an old broom. Looks
All right.
like it's seen better days.
Break part of it off so I got like a sharp end.
Not too hard to do. You're insanely strong and
Go back into the room
okay.
and just gently as I can set him up to not be capable of waking up tonight without this being removed.
Are you staking him?
Yeah.
Okay. That's a pretty difficult roll. But I'm going to lower the actual difficulty because he is completely inert. So what I need you to roll me is you're going to roll melee plus...
Dex.
No, it's going to be strength. Because you're just basically... He's completely stationary. There's nothing subtle about this. You're just driving the stake in through his ribs and into his heart. I mean, you're going for the gap between the ribs, but you're also using a dowel about that big. So, it's not going to... It's going to force ribs apart no matter what you do. So, you're going to be driving that into it. So it's a strength plus melee roll. The difficulty is normally a 9 to stake someone. So I'm going to lower the difficulty by 2, so it's a 7.
Okay.
And you need 3 successes to successfully stake someone.
I'm a melee master, so I got way more than 3 successes.
Okay.
Not at all hard to do.
No problem. So you drive the stake into his chest. You are 100% certain you have hit his heart. There's not even really any pooling of blood or anything like that. There's no pressure in the vascular system, so there's no blood welling up or anything. So he doesn't react to that at all.
I'm gonna tape a note on the end of it that says, "Do not remove for Vera's safety." Oh, please do not remove for Vera's safety.
Okay. And do you basically leave it just sticking out of him like that?
Yeah.
Okay. And then what do you do?
I'm gonna sneak back upstairs with the chair.
With the chair.
Well, I have to put the chair back. It'd be weird if she wakes up and the chair's in the room.
It would definitely... There's going to be a staked guy in her room, so she's probably going to be really distracted. She might not even have noticed the chair until she stumbled over it.
I forgot again that might be weird. Like, I just think that it's like a safety precaution.
A safety precaution.
I like how you said, I forgot again, that might be weird.
Well, I mean,
a little bit.
I'm not really thinking about how unsettling it might be for the vampire to wake up and find that another vampire has been staked in her own private room. That probably is
She didn't do. That she was not a part of.
Nope. Did not request, nor did not have any participation in the staking. So,
but that does kind of answer the questions about that guy.
No, it doesn't. If he was a dead body, it'd be the same thing.
Well, no, I don't think he's going to wake up with that in his chest.
You would hope so, but Vera knows he is going to wake up with that in his chest. He's just not going to be able to move. Because as long as there's a wooden stake in your heart, you're frozen.
As I said, he's not going to wake up with that in his chest. I'm not touching some dead guy I don't know. I don't know where he's been.
Look, I'm hoping we get back before that would even be a concern, but I kind of don't want anything really bad happening, and she's been left alone.
Give me your Dex plus stealth roll, by the way, to stealth.
Get back upstairs?
Yeah, to stealth that chair through all that mess and back upstairs.
That'll be fun.
Can we go on break soon?
Yes, we can. Just give me a moment.
I just need
It's
to
only 3 this time. These are not great rolls.
Yeah, but everyone else is asleep, so I'm just making sure you didn't botch.
Oh.
Because I'm assuming you did this in the 4 or 5 hours that they rested while they were doing texting back and forth for a while. So, you sneak back out upstairs. What are you doing once you get the chair upstairs?
Is anybody around at all?
Mm-mm. Oh, and you weren't here. You might not have heard it when he said, but Emery's closed the shop for the day.
Oh.
He put a little signs up, closed due to emergency type thing.
Yeah.
Man, now how do I entertain myself? Staring contest is over with. I clearly won. The guys have been staked.
Did you close his eyes or leave them open?
You opened his
Well, I
eyes.
mean, I won the
remember?
contest, so he has to have closed eyes now.
Okay. All right. I was just making sure.
So are you just trying to find ways to amuse yourself, or are you actually going to go do something?
I mean, if I try to leave this door, I'll unlock the door and leave it unlocked. That
You're
seems
also
reckless.
pretty freaking tired.
I have a merit that lets me stay up really late without getting tired pretty frequently.
Okay.
But I would to do something. I don't want to be bored. I guess I could sleep in the chair.
Okay. In front of the bay window?
Yeah, that seems less fun now.
You could just go downstairs and sleep on the couch in the common room.
And nobody's up?
They're not. They all went to sleep. Well, Vera went to dead, but the rest of them all went to sleep. They're trying to get some rest.
Yeah, I guess I'll go to sleep.
Okay.
It was that or run around.
I know. That's what I'm waiting to see if you're going to do anything else. And it's
Just chase your tail.
chase your tail. So, all right. Now, Sonny, you went to go get supplies. I heard you say that. What are you talking about when you're talking about supplies? You're muted.
Sorry,
Mm-hmm.
the dogs need to go outside.
I know. What supplies?
For the thing I might have to do if he comes back wrong.
What thing is that?
It's a primal thing, and a religious thing, and play with someone else. I'm busy.
Okay. So everyone goes and crashes out. You guys get some rest. You make 4 or 5 hours count as best you can. What is Rosalind going to be doing how long is she going to sleep in, number one?
Till 10.
Till 10? So about 4 or 5 hours?
After she got up and let the morning employees in.
Yeah. And so you're going to get like maybe 5 hours of sleep at most.
Yep.
So what are you going to do at 10 when you get up? What's your plan of attack for the day?
One, she's got to start packing anyways because she's going to go out of town. She'd rather have that all done so she doesn't do it last minute.
Okay. So you don't know how long you're expected to stay at court?
Yep.
So I'm assuming you're going to pack for at least a few days.
Yep.
And,
a week's worth.
And how difficult is the process of her selecting proper outfits for court, etc., or does she go, this looks fancy, and just throws that in there?
No, she's being very meticulous about it. Like, gotta wear the correct colors. What season is it? The whole 9 yards.
Did you do Rosalind's heraldry at all? Like what her colors are and everything like that?
Not yet.
Okay, no problem. This is the perfect chance for you to think about that and decide.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's gonna be like soft blues and whites, and then whatever House Google.
Yeah. Well, I mean, yeah, House Dougal is the house colors. Usually, if you're a member of a house, then your colors are the same or very similar to your Dougal's colors. Your heraldry is just different.
Yeah.
Because you are noble. So, all right.
Yeah.
So you basically have the situations well in hand with packing. And that does take you some time because you are being very considerate of where you're having to go. You're done with that by like noonish, and you basically have. What are you going to do the rest of the time?
She is gonna go in her art studio, get all of her frustrations away because she is rightfully pissed right now.
Understood. All right.
Also, her house colors, it seems to be black, gray, and silver, and kind of white.
Yes. Dougall's some of my favorite house colors. Emery's.
Yes.
You wake up. You showered. Penny's come by, rapped on the door. Mark, where did you actually go to sleep at?
Long sleeve or
I guess
tank top?
the chair. I mean,
Up in the shop?
yeah.
I mean, there's more comfortable places to sleep. There is, like I said, there's a common area downstairs that you can sleep on the couch, but... I'm just trying to determine if he's trying to sleep comfortably or if he's just obsessing on the chair again.
I mean, this feels more comfortable with me. It's mine.
Okay. All right, so... Emery, you start going through your process of the day. Penny's like... Oh, Penny said she was going to go make some breakfast. I remember that part.
Right.
So Penny goes upstairs, and you hear... Because, she leaves the door to the door that goes out into the shop portion of it. She leaves that open. You hear her walking up the stairs, and you hear her go, "Oh, shit!"
Everything all right?
Apparently Mark slept here.
Why does that not surprise me?
She says, "I don't know. I'm going to see if he wants something for breakfast."
Okay.
And she says, she goes, "Oh, Mark, you're woken up by someone kicking your chair."
I'm just gonna startle myself up. Huh? What's going on?
And Penny's standing there, and she says, "It's customary to ask if you're going to spend the night at somebody's place."
Usually you don't lock people in
Okay.
the door.
Okay.
"We thought you left. You disappeared."
Y'all ignored me again?
"No. You disappeared. I didn't know if you had stepped over into the other plane. I don't know what you had done. And you disappeared, so we thought you had left."
Nope, I was still here. I didn't feel like leaving the door open. That seemed like that'd be rude, and waking you up seemed rude, so I just
Okay.
slept here in the chair.
All right. What's done is done. Let's go ahead and say we're going to have breakfast. We're going to go down to the college to try and get some information on Eric. Are you going to come with us to help? Or do you want me to just let you out of the shop?
No, I'll go help.
Okay.
Let's find out who this Eric guy is.
That's what we're going to try and do. So Penny goes over to the kitchen and starts making some food. Emery, as you finish getting ready, come upstairs. You guys have a quick breakfast, and then I'm assuming you're going to head over to the college?
I'd like to make a phone call first.
Sure, absolutely. Who you calling?
I'm calling Matati.
All right. So the phone rings, and as usual, the phone rings an excessive amount of times. And finally you hear, "Yes."
Good morning, Tati.
Good
It's
morning.
been some time.
And I'm assuming, just like always when it's been some time, that something is on fire.
On fire is, I mean, not yet, but there's a
I
possibility.
taught you how
of-
to transmute lead to gold, so you shouldn't be calling for money again.
No, definitely not that. Definitely not that. No. And I will just kind of, I'll sit down. Okay, are you sitting down by any chance?
You hear a shuffling. Okay, I have sat down.
Okay, So, and then I will explain to her everything that's happened within the last couple days.
Okay, so you're on the phone for like an hour.
Yeah.
All right. So after she does intersperse some questions for clarification, but she seems as always, she seems unflappable, insanely calm. She listens to all of it, and at the end of it, she says, "And what are your plans for the boy?"
Vera's watching him now. Or watching him as best as she can. And we are going to head down to the university and see if we can't get some information on who he is. Maybe see if who he's been in contact with. Try and get to the bottom of who did this to him. Figure it's a better place to start than none.
No. I understand what you're saying. Have you considered the fact that the boy's situation may be untenable?
The thought has crossed my mind, but I am very much wanting to hope for the best.
But have you put any contingencies in for the worst?
I am working on building a force cage.
Have you done anything to make sure that if things go badly, there is quick access to daylight?
I have not done that. That is a very good idea. I'm not sure where. It's been a long night, and I did not
understand.
think of that.
I will begin looking up as much information as I can about this thing. We do not normally try and delve into relationships with the other supernaturals. Your situation has always been fairly unique.
Fair.
But it still is a situation that I don't think is completely unhealthy. But this situation may be getting a bit out of hand.
Yeah. I can definitely see that perspective.
Have you spoken to any of your elders there?
No, I have not. You are the first I've spoken to.
I know you don't like engaging with the community, but this might be something that you might need help for. And I know Penny's capable, but this might be a little bit beyond.
Yeah.
Now, what concerns me is the Marauder. You told her everything, right?
Yeah.
The Marauder was defeated very easily. I know you exerted a lot of power, but I have encountered Marauders in the past. And you said that you were in his Horizon realm.
That's correct.
You know there could have been all kinds of contingencies in place in case of him suffering a defeat.
Yes, I'm aware of that.
So, I would not be quick to judge that threat gone.
Yeah, good point.
Just to be aware. Which means now you have the possibility of a Marauder and this beast.
Right.
Your situation is becoming very severe.
Yeah, definitely not a fan of that. Yeah, of course you suggested talking to the elders, and I will definitely consider that. The experience with the technocracy has definitely not helped my opinion of the community thus far.
The technocracy is not our community. The technocracy is the technocracy's community. The Order of Hermes would lend you support. The other traditions We all have our individual relationships with members of the other traditions, and as long as you're not dealing directly with the Euthanatos, you can probably find aid somewhere up there. I know there's several practitioners that are Verbena who would be more than likely willing to help you, as we have good relationship with the Verbena.
Okay.
But, all that being said, it's up to you if you're going to reach out. But if you need to reach out and you need to establish connections, then I can provide you with some names.
Yeah, I think that's probably going to be a good idea.
Remember, though, once you start involving our community, this matter may quickly come outside of your direct influence.
That's what I'm afraid of.
That's the only thing I wanted to make sure you kept in mind, that if you bring another mage into it who is part of your community there, it would be very quick for this to become a situation of everyone in the community becomes involved.
Yeah. But if this thing with the boy is as dire a situation as what I'm afraid of it being, it may come to that anyway.
As I said, contingencies.
Contingencies.
I wish I had better things to advise, but your situation is escalating very rapidly.
Yeah, very much so.
Is there anything else you need?
No. I'm sorry I don't call as often.
You have your life, I have mine.
It's true, but you've been like a mom to me all this time, so I very well should give that the respect and love and care that deserves.
I think that you going out and becoming your own person is the biggest honor that I could have from this. You took my teachings, but kept yourself. And I know that in our tradition that can be very difficult because the master is often very overbearing. So I appreciate the fact that you were able to take my lessons and utilize them, but also still be you.
Thanks, Tati. That's really, really nice to hear.
In the meantime, I've got a lot of calls to make and research to do.
Sure thing. As always, you ever find yourself back out in this direction, we've got a room for you.
And I will have to come visit soon. Things have been getting so chaotic out there, I want to come out and do an appraisal myself.
Probably a good idea, yeah.
It might be time to read the ley lines and see if there's been a change.
Yeah. Well, I know Penny would also be happy to see you too.
And I would love to see her. Tell her to be careful.
I will, Tati.
And you be careful.
I will. Love you.
Love you too, boy.
End the call. And I just kind of sit on the bed for a second and just... and I go into a drawer, pull out like a small notebook that has all of the contact information for a lot of the elders from the Order of Hermes in the area. Like, taking this with me. And I put it in my pocket and head upstairs.
Yep. All right. So let's do this. It's 8:51 right now. Let's take a 10-minute break. Yes, Sam?
No, I'm saying okay.
Okay, got it. So we'll take a 10-minute break right now. We'll be back at like 9 o'clock.
1.
9:01, and we will give everyone a few minutes to get drinks, refresh everything, and we will be right back to it. So we thank you all very much. We'll be right back. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much for giving us that little bit of time away. We really appreciate it. Sometimes you just got to refresh your drink, and I forgot to get more drink. And make popcorn, because I made popcorn instead. All right, so... yes, I popped some popcorn. I'm very adept. All right, so where we left off, Mark had everyone had gotten basically breakfast up, and you had spent a good hour on the phone. So that was kind of a little bit extra more time than that. So by the time you guys get heading out, it's probably closer to noon-ish than the 10 o'clock. You're heading over to campus. As you get if you get to the... Oh, do you guys have any idea what university Penny goes to? Do you even care?
University of Washington.
University of Washington? Okay. All right, so you basically get to the university, and Penny's like, I'm going to go and check in with a friend first. Well, actually, no. I'm going to go to the bursar first.
Okay.
You said you wanted to back me up on that, so if you want to tag along, that's fine.
Yeah.
After that, I didn't really have more of a plan than that, because if we can't get anything from the bursar, I mean, I met him in my world religions class, so I don't know much about him at all.
Do you remember if he had anyone that he talked to in that class outside of you?
No, he told me that he had just moved to the area, and this was his first semester in class, and he wasn't really hanging out with anyone. He said he was mainly just going to school and then going back home, and I know he lives in rent-controlled housing, so I never really pushed him about any of that stuff. And, he never really had money, so I'm assuming that, he's, still doing the starving college student life.
Sure.
So, it was more about, I was one of the first people he really spent any time talking to or discussing things with. And I don't know why, but yeah. And I'd only known him for like 3 or 4 days. And I had invited him out to the Couch and Quill a couple of times, but for him, it's a little bit of a trek, and he doesn't have a car, so
Gotcha. Okay. Well, we see about getting his information, and I guess we go from there.
All right. So she goes this way, and she takes you over to the administration building. You guys head in. She goes down to where the bursar's office is, which is actually in the basement. She goes down there. She gets in line at the bursars, and it takes 10 minutes to get through the line. As you guys get up to the bursar's window, she kind of walks to the bursar's window, and she does the thing. It's almost seamless. She walks up, and her attitude and demeanor completely changes. She begins walking up, because she has been fretting and kind of looking worried the entire time you guys have been walking around talking. She walks up, her eyes light up, her back straightens out. She becomes very, she's got a small smile on her face, and she steps up to the bursar's window, and she says, I'm hoping you can help me. I need to get some information on a student. There was an incident. There was some property damage done. The student is not in trouble, but the student is going to need to be able to fill out some paperwork. It was done at the cafe off campus, and we need to get a statement for the insurance companies. And I'm hoping that we can find that information from you or be put in contact with him. And the bursars, the clerk and the desk is like, oh, I have absolutely no idea. I do payments, I do stuff like that. She says, let me get you my supervisor. I don't know if they can even do anything, but they will at least be able to tell you who to go to. And so Kenny kind of looks over her shoulder at you, and she kind of looks over at you where you guys are standing back, and she kind of nods and smiles. After a few moments, a woman comes walking up, and she comes like around the desks, and she comes to talk to Penny. They put, Penny has stepped aside to let other people go through, and Penny and her spend a couple of moments talking quietly, and they're basically talking. It looks like they're singing pleasantries. The woman's, Penny must have cracked a joke because the woman kind of chuckles out loud. After a few moments, you see Penny's hand slide into her pocket on her coat, and she pulls out the coin, and she seems to just be absent-mindedly, just flipping it and catching it again, and flipping it and catching it again. And she does that 5 times. And on the first time, the woman just kind of ignores it. And the second time, she glances over at it. The third time, she begins watching the coin go up and down while it's flipping. But the moment it goes into Penny's hand, she looks away. The fourth time, she does not look away from Penny's hand while she's flipping it. And by the 5th time, she's just watching the coin being flipped up and caught. And then when Penny catches it the 5th time, she holds it up. And the woman's hand just comes up and she takes the coin. And the woman nods once to Penny and smiles, and she turns and goes walking to the back.
I'm gonna tap Emrys. I mean, this seems like it's really easy, but didn't we make a deal with a crazy man that she wouldn't be doing that kind of stuff on campus anymore?
Which is why we're here. Extenuating circumstances.
No, like didn't we actually Well, I mean, I didn't, but didn't y'all sign a contract?
No, the contract wasn't that she wouldn't do stuff like this again. The contract was that he would not interfere with her any further.
Okay, I could have sworn he said that she wasn't going to be doing this anymore. That was part of the deal.
No, that was a promise she made to me. That was not part of the deal itself.
That's what it was.
But we have then amended that promise for this particular circumstance.
I think Ivy might have lost internet.
The crazy man again.
Oh, there she is.
There she is.
We were worried you lost internet.
I messaged you in Discord. I did. Yes, I lost it.
Do we even know what happened to that crazy man, Emrys?
I do not want to know. Unless I absolutely have to, and if I have to know, then that means I have to kill him.
That means I have to kill him.
Crazy man comes into our life, threatens everyone, and you don't keep track of him after that?
In all the ways that I could use to attempt to keep track of him, he could evade me. The technocracy, after all. Their technology is kind of their bread and butter.
Yeah, but you don't have to keep track of somebody through technology.
That's fair. Listen, I just wanted him out of my life and out of Penny's life. And he knows that if he makes a misstep, what happened to his friend will pretty much fall on his head as well, although that head will not be attached to him for very long.
But if you're not keeping track of him, how do you know he's actually doing that?
I have a feeling that should he renege on his word, that things will hit the fan in more ways than one, and it will involve Penny, at which point he will be the first person I hunt.
But then we're just waiting to react to his next attack. Shouldn't we know it's coming before it comes so that we can do something before we have to save Penny for the 8th time this week?
Oh!
I actually did not mean that to come across anywhere near as bad as it sounded after I said it.
It's funny as hell,
And the look on my face probably is I didn't mean it that way, but it's not untrue.
I didn't mean it that way, but I kind of meant it that way.
Wait, what?
You have.
What?
Oh dear.
Congrats!
I saw that too. I see your point.
All right. Yeah. Wow. We need
Happy
to.
holidays.
No, Blonde, who runs ADH Adventures,
Just
was.
got proposed to by Baxter and Andrew, who I play with both on Friday. So I'm so happy for them. My little heart is so happy.
Congratulations to.
Are you so happy Ivy lost connection again?
Oh no.
Ivy's having internet issues tonight, guys.
And it's a really, really good picture. How the hell does she do that?
She's magical.
I know.
It's like she's the Barney Stinson of World of Darkness. She can never take a bad picture ever.
She is. You're totally right.
All right. So you guys are sitting there and you're basically having this discussion. As you're doing that, the woman from the bursar's office walks up and she kind of like walks over to Ivy and she hands her what looks to be a 3x5 card.
Ivy's not there.
Sorry, not Ivy. I was fixing Ivy's camera, so I was thinking Ivy because I was
if my
seeing
internet
Ivy.
can come one more time, I'm gonna scream.
We just need
You just
some
want to
warning.
scream now, preemptively?
A little
Preemptively
bit,
get it out of the way.
A little bit, but I'll mute and do it. Thank you for taking my feelings into consideration.
We always will. But you and Ivy, damn it again. Penny comes walking up to you guys and she's like, she has the 305 card and she says, I have an address, I have a phone number. It says, I'm assuming the phone number is going to go over to whatever phone he had, wherever it went. I did not even see a phone on him because he was a dragon. And one of the people walking by looks at you all funny, and he keeps walking. And Penny's like, "Oh yeah, whoops.
Costume party.
Costume party. It was a great costume at the party."
Spyro.
So we can go to his place and check out his apartment. I don't know how effective walking around campus and asking anything about him would be, because Ivy just went poop. Because if I don't know how many people he hung out with. Literally, he popped up in my class, and that was like it. It was, that was the first time I really saw him. And aside from me, I didn't really see him hanging out with anyone else. So I don't know what to say. I mean, I almost feel bad.
Yeah. Well, I mean, if you certainly didn't talk to anyone, then I'd say, yeah, your idea is probably the best one at this point. We go straight to his place and see what we can find.
I wish I had something better. I'm sorry.
Well, I may need to contact someone from our order and see if they might be of assistance. Tati is also doing some research on her end, so with any luck, we'll be armed with as much information as we need to be.
She says, "Well, it's around 1 now." She says sun's gonna go down around 6-ish.
So we should probably head there immediately.
Yeah, it's gonna take at least 20-30 minutes to get there. So yeah, Mark.
Yeah, we definitely don't want him waking up before we get back.
I don't think so, no. And I want to be able to. We're gonna need at least an hour to set up any type of. If we're gonna do that force cage situation or anything like that, we're gonna need at least an hour to get that done.
I agree. Precautions are key in moments like this, and we should take every precaution we can.
Okay, well, we will.
Yeah.
I mean, that's the whole point.
Kind of exactly what she said.
But in the meantime, let's just get over there and see what we can do to try and just find out where he came from.
All right, my young Padawan, let us go.
She just kind of looks at you. She's like, "You're driving."
Oh yes, I know.
I'll drive.
No, you won't.
Does Mark have a car?
No,
I didn't think so.
that's why he's volunteering to drive.
All right. So, Rosaline, as you finished packing. Like I said, it's getting to be around noonish, 1 o'clock by the time you get finished. It does take you a couple of hours to get everything set up. You are sitting kind of upstairs having some tea after you've gotten everything situated, and you're kind of walking through your situation. You know that everything you did was above board. And there's no way you could be forced into a marriage. Strictly speaking, from the whole changeling obligations and rights of hospitality and the merit of the contracts between Fae, there is absolutely no way you can be forced into this marriage. So for you, that basically leaves you with two possibilities. Number one, they're going to try and use some other leverage point they may have over you to try and get you to agree to this. Now, the big question is, and this is what I was going to ask you, do you have any other connections within Fae society that mean anything greatly to you?
Just besides her house, not really.
Yeah, but your house is a bunch. Yeah.
Yeah. Not really, because she just kind of wiped her hands clean, basically.
Yep, and it's basically a situation where there is a lot of people that you know in the Fae Court, but there's not a lot of people that you want to spend time with. So that's kind of where your situation lies at this point. With the whole arranged marriage and nearly being forced into it and everything like that, you become very jaded when it comes to your opinion of courtly life. So, all that being said, you're trying to figure out what ploy they're going to try and use to make you do this. And you just can't get that concept aligned with them being able to do this to you. As you finish your tea, there is a knock on the door.
She's gonna get up.
Oh, sorry, no, there's a ring on the bell from the downstairs door to your apartments.
Yep, she'll get up, go down to the door.
Okay. When you go down to the door, I'm assuming you look through the spy hole type thing?
Yep.
When you look through the spy hole, there is a very large man.
Oh.
He is wearing a vest over a dress shirt. He has a bow tie tied around his neck instead of a string bow tie tied around his neck.
Yep.
He is wearing. His hair looks like it's shaved all the way around his top pate. His top pate is very, very long, and it goes back and down over his back of his head into. It's not braided though; it's just in a bunch of hair ties all the way down, and there's a long ponytail that goes down to about just between his shoulder blades. And he is basically one of those guys who is so muscular he has no neck.
Oh no! He's a cloud. He's a cloud. He's one of those cloud men.
And but he's standing out there, and his hands seem to be behind his back. And if from the looks of it, he's standing in what would be considered military parade rest.
He is just gonna open the door slowly.
And a very high-pitched voice comes out of his mouth.
I hate it.
And he, from behind his back, he brings out an envelope. and it's got gold filigree around the edges. It is sealed with a gold wax seal. The wax seal, where the stamp is in it, instead of being just the raised gold, all the stamped area is black. So the wax somehow was blackened. And the stamped area has a very Eastern European stylized dragon inside of an oval on the stamp.
Okay.
And he kind of swings the letters like, "My lady."
She's gonna take the letter. Is there a way that I can identify the seal to see who it's from?
You can make, I think there might be a heraldry skill on your sheet.
I think the only thing it would be, if it's Fae related, it would be Greymare.
Greymare is for like mystical Fae related stuff. Let me see, where is it? Knowledge is academics, investigation, law, linguistics, business policy. They used to have something for kenning is that. I guess you have to, yeah, it would only have to be Greymare.
Cool. And then intelligence, I'm guessing.
Yes, because you're basically using your memory.
Okay. What is the difficulty?
The difficulty is because you don't recognize this at all, so the difficulty is going to be an 8.
Okay. 1, 2, 3 successes.
3 successes? Mm-hmm. All right. So you basically get, look at it, and one thing you're positive of is this is not any heraldry from the Fey Courts. This is reminiscent of something, German or Eastern European, turn of the century-esque. Mm-hmm. And it's very archaic and very old.
All right. She's gonna look at Cloud Man. That's what I'm gonna call him. Cloud Man, high pitched Cloud Man.
And he's still in a perfect bow. And he's still holding out the thing. Yes.
Which century?
Oh, she can't identify it right off the bat, and you're not there yet. So.
Yeah. She's like, "Who are you?"
And he kind of looks up, and in that high, squeaky voice, merely a messenger sent here to deliver a missive.
From who?
It is in the missive, my lady.
She's gonna gently open the envelope to not break the seal and gently open it.
There's no way to open the envelope without breaking the seal.
No! I'm gonna break the seal.
You break the seal, and there is... When you break the seal, you've opened the letter, it folds out and into like a 4x4 sheet. And when you fold it out, there is an eloquent script.
Oh.
With literal stylizings. Huh? No.
My heart. My heart.
An elegant script. There is written, "We wish you only the grace and glory that can be esteemed of a member of your illustrious court. We merely beg an audience before you return yourself to that which you have no interest being a part of. We know you do not know us, so we propose a neutral meeting place to discuss. If you are agreeable, you may either ride with my manservant or find your own transportation and meet us at Starbucks."
Yes, Starby!
And it has a time and an address.
What is the time?
It's like in 2 hours.
Okay. She's like, "I'll get my own transportation there."
He's still bowed. Once you say that, he stands and he kind of snaps his heels together and looks at you and he's like, "I shall inform them that you will be in attendance. He spins on his heel and he begins walking down the street.
Yep. She'll hurry upstairs and she'll send something on the group chat. Hey, going to Starbucks.
Hey, going to Starbucks. Not even any more explanation. Just hey, going to Starbucks.
I'm
like,
gonna
why-
ask
why-
for a
But here's the thing, that would be
venti
suspicious.
frappuccino.
That would be suspicious 'cause you know it's
Mark puts it in order.
But here's
I
the
would
thing,
like
that
one venti frappuccino, extra whipped cream.
It would be suspicious. She works at a coffee shop. She owns a coffee shop.
Why would she have to go to Starbucks? Because she owns her own coffee shop.
Emrys, hey,
I own
go
a
text
tea
and
shop.
drive, or let me drive.
So I have one of those like screens, the touch screen things where her text would have come up on the screen in my car.
Yep.
All right. So, Sunny, do you have an idea what type of supplies you were trying to get?
That's code for I'm talking to Greg about the shit going down at the place. I can't remember the name of the shop.
Oh, the Couch and Quill.
Thank you.
Okay, so you basically spend the rest of you spend the afternoon sleeping, and then you relating to Greg everything that happened.
Well, and saying, and talking to me, his thoughts. Does he think he's gonna rise? Keep in mind, I don't know he staked him already.
Oh, Greg has absolutely no idea because vampires are not something he even wants to. Just having her on my back was painful.
Love can hurt. I understand.
It is
I'll
not.
let her know.
Yes.
I'm sure she'll appreciate it.
It's not anything that I would like to repeat. But there is no circumventing your will.
I still think you could use a little brother. Maybe a sister?
There is no one like me.
No, they wouldn't be like you. They would be their own entity for you
I
to play
understand. If you feel it is necessary, then you feel it is necessary. He says, "Did you need anything else?"
with. No, I gotta go back, make sure Mark didn't stake him or something like that. You know how he is.
And Greg says, "No, I don't." He says, "But if you need me, I am but a call away.
Alright.
Next time, try and stay on this plane of existence."
I'm pretty sure we will be. I mean, we're just gonna be waiting to see if the were-croc comes back awake. Is it a were-alligator or were-crocodile? I couldn't...
Greg says, "I have no idea." He says, "But no matter what, please be careful.
Always.
You are my existence."
Oh, I love you too.
Everything I do.
He says, if you say so. But in the meantime, I am going to resume my post, and I will let you know if anything changes on this end.
Cool. I'll send you a message if things go really, really bad and I can't handle it.
As usual, yes.
Okay.
He says,
Don't drink too much tonight. Watch the kids.
always.
Alright. See you later. And I get in my VW bug and I go to the shop.
Okay. So, by the time you get to the shop, you're there. By the time you get to the shop, no one's there, but you've also gotten all the text messages that everyone's been banding around. And so, you know that that Rosaline is going to Starbucks for some reason, but you have no idea which one. And you know that Emery's, Mark, and Penny are at the university. So, are you going to head over there, or...
What time is it?
It's close to 1.
I'm gonna look around the kitchen, see if I can't whip something up. You know.
Are you back at the school then? Because you can't get
No.
into the shop. You don't have
Can't get into the
keys.
shop?
You don't have keys.
You don't have keys. I never gave you keys.
Yeah, it's Emery's shop.
Yeah. No,
Penny
that's cool.
and Vera don't. Penny has keys because she basically helps him manage
She
it.
lives there.
But Vera, I don't even know if Vera has keys. Does Vera have keys?
Vera has keys.
Okay. But so they're basically, you know,
Can I see Mark on his chair?
no. Mark is with them at the university.
Okay.
So your basic choices are try and find M or try and find everybody else, because you know where Vera is, and hopefully where Eric is.
No, I'm gonna leave her to her privacy at Starbucks. Pretty sure she has a coffee house.
She does.
Yeah, I think she lost a bet. And I'll go find her.
Since being forced to drink Starbucks. So you're gonna go find everyone else. Well, you know they're at the university. You know. So you're gonna start making your way over there. So you guys are going out to. Are you gonna let everyone know that you're coming?
No, I was gonna go looking official. And like actually.
I meant, are you gonna text the group chat and let them know that you're coming?
Sure.
Okay.
OMW.
All right. So Sunny texts in that she's on her way. Are you guys going to wait for her to get there?
Can you stop by Starbucks and get my my Venti Frappuccino with extra whipped cream?
He's like, I have a meeting at Starbucks.
Yeah, and no, Sunny's on her way to meet us. I just was wondering if she could stop by the Starbucks and get the order I put in with you to bring it with her.
Do you even know what Starbucks I'm going to? It's talks to text, so it's like some of the words are like correct on there. She's trying. She is trying
sorry,
to
Kat.
technology.
She's
I'm
trying
going to respond. I don't think that's how delivery works. You only need to know where I am. ...
I'm just gonna get ready for my meeting.
All right. So you head over there. You get to the university. You guys tell her what parking lot you're basically in, and so Sunny, describe your VW Beetle.
Yeah. At least he was alive, most likely, when it. Yeah, it looks like a hippie's Beetle, and I'm going to kill the dogs.
Mm-hmm. All right, but is it an original Beetle or is it one of the new Beetles?
Oh no, it's an original.
Wow.
It looks like it's an original.
It looks beat up.
It looks age.
Gotcha.
And you can see really, really old bumper stickers from, like the 60s.
Does it have a face seeming?
It's old enough it could. It doesn't need one. And it would require spending points to give it something. How long have you had it?
Oh, I won it in a poker game.
Well, that was the poker game last week or 20 years ago. Oscar!
Okay, that's a good question.
Okay.
I think it was about 27 years ago.
Okay, so you've had it for a long time. Then it could have its own face seeming, which means that it could be technically like a weak chimera. mainly because it is been around you long enough that it could have absorbed some of your glamour, and because it's been associated with you so long, it could have its own representation on the dreaming side. So, if you wanted to, it can have a guise in the dreaming, and it could
the
either.
dreaming, it looks like the Mystery Machine, except a bug, not the.
But it's painted up like the Mystery Machine.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So yes, it has a face seeming.
Nice.
All right. So when you get there, it's Penny, Emery's, and Mark. And as you pull up, they're all in Emery's. What type of car do you have again?
I have
It was a sedan of some kind, right?
It's like a Honda CRV.
Okay. So you guys, they're all kind of like standing around waiting outside the CRV. You pull up and park. What are you guys going to do? Are you going to have her follow you, or are you going to load up into the one car? Or?
There's probably, which would be me. She could probably fit in the CRV.
Oh, yeah. So y'all load up into the CRV and head over to his place? Now,
Yeah.
I'll drive your car if you want me to, so that you don't have to come back here to get it.
I think he's talking to you, Sonny.
She's definitely not talking to me.
Sorry. I'll follow you.
Oh, you're going to follow them?
Yeah.
All right. Either way.
Holy my God.
So,
You kidding?
it's about,
It's the Mystery Machine.
like I said, it's about 10, 15 minutes to get to the apartments he lives in.
Smells like the Mystery Machine.
The apartments are older. They're in a less appointed neighborhood, and the apartments themselves are older. They show the stress of time. They're maintained, but it's not a pretty place. But it's obviously a place where you're watching your pennies rather than your comforts. As you get there, you go up to the apartment. He lives on the second floor, and it's as you get up there, it's a one bedroom loft. Not loft. It's a one bedroom apartment, and it's like one of those situations where his door is like 2 feet away from the next door, and then there's a space, and then there's two more doors, and that's what's on the top floor. So it's obviously there's 4 one bedrooms on this side, and probably the exact same thing on the other side of the building. So it's very typical for apartment living.
Sure.
So you get to the door. What are you going to do? It's like 1:30, 2 o'clock in the afternoon, so there's not a lot of people around.
Okay. The first thing I'm gonna do is try to sense whether or not there's any kind of magic at the door or on the other side of it, just to see, kind of prepare myself and everyone else for what we may be walking into.
Okay, so you're not necessarily going to use a rote for this because you're not really manipulating the forces. You're just you're basically trying to detect anything you can feel without actually manipulating it. So it's not any risk of any type of backlash or anything like that. I'm trying to see what I can make you roll for it. There he is. It's going to be perception. Okay. Plus, it's also going to be. Just give me perception and investigation.
Ah, sweet. That will be 7 dice. Because I'm good at investigation.
Yeah, I was thinking I was gonna use a cult, but then I was like, I don't think a cult really applies because you're not doing anything ritualistic.
Nah. That works. What's my my number I'm trying to reach or beat?
Oh, the TN is only a 6. No, sorry. No, forgot the veil. It is a 7.
7? Okay. Okay. 1, 2, 3 successes. One of them is a 10.
Got it. So basically, you have a very positive feeling that this is not. There is no manipulations of any magics here, whether artificial through your style of magic or any of the more natural styles of magic. You don't feel anything has been altered.
Okay.
And that is, true of the entryway and the walkways and everything like that. There's nothing you can see that marks this as being warded, protected, or as you can tell right here, observed.
Okay. I am going to then reach my hand out to try the doorknob.
It's locked. Deadbolt.
Okay. I would like to see if I can use my forces in such a way as I can unlock the door without breaking it.
Sure. That's going to be kind of like basically you're using forces to do like a telekinesis type role, correct?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So you can use. How many dots do you have in forces again? 4?
I have 4.
Okay. Biggest problem is you need. Well, you have 4 dots in forces. I would think you're going to need correspondence as well, because you're basically kind of manipulating the deadbolt. You can't see it.
Yeah.
But do me a favor. Make me the Rete roll.
Okay.
And the difficulty is going to be an 8.
Okay.
And if you, the difficulty is going to be an 8. So go ahead and roll that.
Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4 successes.
Okay. Never mind. All right. So instead of like it being like a quiet, just a thumbing of the lock, it literally is like someone goes clack and unlocks the door. You hear the deadbolt kind of slam back. So it's nothing subtle or graceful, but you definitely unlock the door.
Okay. Well, it can't always be quietly done. And I will go ahead and slowly open the door, kind of peering in.
All right. You open the door, and this is a typical one-bedroom apartment. There's a very small living area. There's a kitchen with a dining area right off of that. There's a hallway that probably goes back to a bathroom across the way from a bedroom type situation.
Sure.
And in the living area, there is like a couple of milk cartons with a board across it, and an old TV and a TV is sitting on top of that. There is a desk, and a chair. There is a card table, like from Walmart card table,
Okay.
in the dining area with a couple of folding chairs around it. And there is a ratty-looking love seat in the living area, and a beanbag. And this entire thing just screams, I am living on shoestring budget. It's found stuff. It's stuff that he's utilized for this. But the place looks clean. It's very sparse. There's some movie posters that are like blue tacked up to the wall. And it's basically like a Star Wars movie poster and Lord of the Rings and some other fantasy stuff. And there is one bookshelf, like it's the cheap $25 shelves from Walmart in the living area, and there is a bunch of novels, fantasy novels. There's a bunch of college textbooks that are also lined up on there, and there is and there's a pile of mail on one of the shelves, both open and unopened. And there is a fridge in the kitchen, usual situation over there. There's a couple of pots and pans, not a hell of a lot of stuff. And you see there's a box of plastic silverware.
Okay. Okay. I am going to turn to Penny and everyone else. See what you can find. I am going to do the time turning thing, and I would like to do post cognition and try and see as far backwards in time as I can.
All right. That's the difficulty is once again going to be a 7 here.
Okay.
And as you're doing that, Sunny, what are you and Mark doing?
I have no idea what Mark is doing.
Well,
I'm
what are you
sitting
doing?
here. Are I following? Or are we? Sorry.
You're at the apartment.
Okay, awesome.
Okay. Well, Mark, what are you doing?
I'm gonna go over to what would probably be like a desk-like area, and see if I can find like any family photos, important documents you would use for school, like birth certificates, social security cards, things you wouldn't probably keep on you, but you would need to keep somewhere.
Okay.
And if it's not near a desk area, then I'm gonna look for something else that might seem like the kind of place you would sort of put like your important documents as a college student.
Yeah, I already said there was a desk in the living area. So you go over to the desk. There's the desk. The desktop is basically there's nothing on the desktop, right? There's a laptop, but the rest of the desk is completely clear. There's a cup with like pens and pencils in it. When you go looking for the desk drawers, the main drawer in front of it is basically got general office supplies, pens, Post-its, the usual stuff. On the drawers on the right hand side, there is a lock on the top of the right hand side drawers, and so the top 2 drawers open just fine, but the bottom big drawer, which looks like it's probably doubles as a filing cabinet, is locked.
Oh, cool. So I'm going to slide the top 2 drawers out completely so that even though it's locked, you can just kind of like rifle through it anyways.
Okay. So you slide the 2 drawers out, and you can kind of like get in there. It's a filing cabinet. It has, a bunch of hanging folders in it. Do you start pulling everything out?
Yeah, I mean, I'm going to start going through it. I mean,
Okay.
he thought it was locked, and it still technically is, but I'm gonna go through it now.
Gotcha. So you pull out stuff, and there's a copy of the leases in there. There's a copy of his birth certificate. It has the names of his mother and father on there. There's a copy of there's a bunch of medical records and stuff like that are all listed as being from the state of Washington. And there is some documentations. There is a document of release from a document of release from a juvenile correction facility, and there is a bunch of paperwork on there's apparently a juvenile. He served some time in juvie, and he was released when he was 18. He had it looks like after that he got there's a bunch of tax records for like a couple of years worth of taxes that show that he was working and going around town and stuff like that, and then there's a bunch of paperwork on the college which is all recent.
Just out of curiosity, why are you going through his paperwork and stuff? It's just kind of creepy.
You're here looking for information.
He's a were creature, which means that's genetically inherited. So knowing who his parents are and where he came from might be helpful in identifying whether they understand that heritage or if it was a genetic fluke that just kind of happened to resurface.
And
However,
you need his
considering
tax
that
documents for that.
I needed the birth certificate and the other documents that have information about who he is and where he came from. All of this stuff happens to be filed very neatly in there.
Wow, he's a neat teenager. There's got to be something wrong with him, man. I'm telling you, that's like serial killer.
There's a lot of things wrong with him. We've witnessed at least 3 of them ourselves in the last 24 hours. Since there's a laptop here, Gray, I'm assuming there's probably a laptop bag. So I'm going to slide the laptop into the bag and the documents into the bag with the laptop.
Okay.
so that if we need to kind of go, I have all this stuff kind of quick.
Gotcha.
Is there anything else of note at the desk?
The only other thing of note at the desk is that there is like his all of well, not on the desk, but in the two drawers that you pulled out when you set them down. In one of the in the middle drawer, there is a small jewelry box, and inside the jewelry box there is, some gold, a couple of gold rings that don't look like they would have fit him at all, because one of them is very large and one of them is very small. There is a silver-ish looking locket, and there is a leather thong, leather string basically, and it has a pouch at the end of it. And
Okay.
go ahead.
Silverish item.
Yes.
Actual silver or just
Yes,
look silver?
it's a silver locket.
Okay. Leatherish thong or anything else in this jewelry box? Anything got a spirit in it?
The bag has a spirit in it.
I'm gonna talk to the bag then.
Okay. The bag itself is a small fetish. It basically has a spirit of peace. This spirit is designed to console the bereaved, to give comfort when there is emotional pain and harm, and to give them succor when they are without anyone.
Hi, I'm Mark. I am trying to help figure out what's going on here. I don't know if the guy you've been hanging around actually knows what's going on yet or not. Well, I mean, I don't think he really understood anything before, but I don't know if maybe one point he understood something and he's forgotten. Clearly doesn't know what's going on right now, but he definitely needs some help. We're trying to figure out what's going on with him to see if we can actually help him. I mean, maybe you don't want to talk about him. I don't know, but even if you don't want to talk about him, like, could you maybe let me know how long you've been in this bag?
The spirit comes back, and this, like I said, this is a very small fetish. And the spirit comes back, and you basically get impressions rather than words. And it basically, you get the impression that it's been in the bag for a considerable length of time, but its concept of time is kind of but you definitely get the idea that it's been in there a long time. You also get the concept that it is here to help whoever holds it to heal themselves of spiritual wounds, to heal themselves of the pains that they may have experienced that were wrongly done to them. And it is there to provide them with that type of emotional support, because its purpose was there to help those who are lost. It does not have any real concept of who Eric itself was. It knows that it has spent most of its time around someone's neck, but for the past year-ish, it's been in this box, and no one has worn it.
I'm gonna put it around my neck for the moment.
Okay.
And then put the jewelry box in the bag with everything else, because I'm sure he's going to want this stuff back.
Mm-hmm. So to activate the spirit, if you're going to activate it, it costs a temporary gnosis to be spent to activate it. But otherwise, it just hangs on your neck.
No, I'll do that. I would like some comfort right now.
You feel a very soothing warmth that emanates from the bag. And at first, it just feels like something warm sitting against your chest. But as it stays on you, you feel like your sense of self is bolstered. You feel like you feel more inclined to forgive yourself for the idiosyncrasies that you think other people see in you, and you feel more like you're accepted overall.
Nice. I'm just gonna kind of like turn in the little chair. Oh, it's probably not even able to turn. This is a cheap apartment. Can't pivot in this chair.
No.
All right. Well,
it's a folding chair.
I'm gonna get up from the desk, put the drawers back in, grab the backpack, throw it over her shoulder, walk over towards the bedroomy area of this apartment, and then look through the closet or the chest of drawers, see if there's anything of note there. But really, while I'm looking, what I'm really trying to do is just grab at least 3 or 4 pairs of clothing that I can shove in the bag too, so that if he does wake up tonight, like, he can have some of his own clothes and stuff to wear, and it won't be like, hey, you're half naked and we don't have anything that fits you.
Gotcha. Nice. All right. So, Emery's, you are sitting there and you're rewinding time. Did you make your roll already?
Yes, I had 4 successes.
Okay. So, with 4 successes, I do believe you can go back months.
According to the book,
months or years?
50 years.
Yeah. Okay. So how far are you going to rewind it? Because remember, it does kind of just like a video. So you have to watch it at some kind of speed to understand what's happening.
I'm going to watch it starting from around the time that would have been the beginning of the semester.
Okay. So at the beginning of the semester, you rewind to a point where he is already in the apartment at the beginning of the semester. You go through, quickly going through a few days, like right at the beginning of the semester, you see him carrying in the sofa, like the love seat. You see that he somehow carried that got that up the stairs and got it into the apartment by himself. And then you see that he, all the desks and the furniture and everything like that comes in sporadically. At first it was just a love seat, and you see several times, and most of the time he's sleeping on the love seat and everything else. He is mostly gone from the apartment. He only appears to come back to the apartment to sleep and study. You see that he leaves, and he has a uniform on a lot of the time when he leaves. And it basically looks like an apron over his clothes with a hat. And when you kind of go through it once, when you finally get a good look at it, the apron says TCBY.
The yogurt place?
Apparently.
Interesting. Okay.
And so, he's always either in that, or he's going back and forth to school or something like that, and there's never anyone in this place but him.
Okay. I'd like to try and rewind it a bit further back to the point where he's moved into it.
Okay, so you rewind it back, and you get to the point where, suddenly you're at a point where, there's a guy doing the carpets, blah, 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 and stuff like that. And so you kind of run through that. You get to a point where a bunch of people come through it, obviously being shown the apartment, and then it comes to the point where someone's moving stuff in, and it's Eric moving stuff in. You see that when he's moving, it's mainly just suitcases, and he has a couple of suitcases and backpacks and like a duffel bag, and he kind of you can see that he is, he sets up the folding table and the folding chairs in the kitchen, and that's what he has in the beginning. That's it. After a couple of days, and he's sleeping on the floor. After a couple of days of that, eventually he comes in, and he looks like he's dragging in a mattress, and he drags that over to the bedroom. That's after the love seat comes in, and so you're gonna see he's like getting stuff from somewhere, but he's just building up a small, modest life.
Okay.
but there's nothing unusual, nothing weird.
Okay. I will watch up to present date.
Okay.
And from there, I would like to go into the bedroom and see if there's anything hinky in there time-wise.
So as you go into the bedroom, you basically, about this time, Mark's already done with what he's doing too. So you're kind of both exploring the bedroom at the same time. In the bedroom, it is very, very simple. There's a mattress. It has sheets on it. The mattress is made like it's just a bed. So, the mattress it's got sheets on it and everything like that, but it's been made. There is a couple of those Walmart plastic dressers they sell. There's a couple of those in the bedroom that are stuffed with clothes. The bathroom is right there across the little narrow hallway from the doorway to the bedroom. And then there is a closet in the bedroom, and that has a bunch of hanging clothes in it. You see there's a couple of dress shirts, a couple of nice pairs of slacks, and then it's mainly apparently he's hanging up his jeans because he probably doesn't have enough space to fold them up, and he's hanging up jeans and stuff like that. And there's like maybe 5 or 6 days worth of clothes in this entire place.
Okay. If I rewind up to when he first moved in, do I see anything of note?
I mean, like I said, it's just him moving all this stuff in.
Okay. Does he ever sleep on the bed?
Once he brings the mattress in, yeah, when it starts getting dark, he starts going into the bedroom to go to sleep.
Okay.
And you can follow him into the bedroom. You see he basically, does his routine, his nightly routine and everything, and he seems to, sometimes he comes in pretty late, but that's when he's in the uniform. But most of the time he, goes to bed around 11 o'clock. He spends a lot of time at the desk. He spends almost the same amount of time in the bathroom and in the kitchen, and then the rest of the time is in the bedroom sleeping. But like I said, the grand majority of the time, he's not even there.
Interesting. Okay, well, I will come out of the bedroom and kind of shrug. Like, there's nothing really here. It's kind of plain. He didn't really do a lot. He worked at a TCBY, apparently.
So when you go looking in the bedroom, Mark,
Yeah.
the first thing you can you notice is, like I said, it's very neat. It's very orderly. Like I said, he doesn't have a box spring. He doesn't have any of that. This has a mattress, but he still made it. You know what I mean? There's still blankets on sheets on it and everything like that. It's been made. The clothes in the closet are separated by there's jeans and t-shirts, and then there's dressier clothes. There is a pair of dress shoes on the floor of the closet, and in the bathroom there's a pair of flip-flops, I guess. And there's no sign of any tennis shoes, but he probably was wearing them at one point or another. So everything in here is just what you'd expect to see in someone who's pretty much barely getting by, paycheck to paycheck type situation.
I mean, he doesn't seem to have much, but he's taking care of what he's got.
So the
What time is it?
Oh, in the day? Yeah, it's coming up on about 2 o'clock.
Okay.
All right.
Y'all want anything to eat? I'm gonna go get something to eat. And then, Sphinx, is it cool if...
Emery's.
Sorry. Proposal.
No,
That is so pretty.
it is gorgeous.
Wow.
So, Rosaline,
Yes.
you're going to the Starbucks.
Yes, the Starbies.
You get there, and it's only like around the corner from your place. So,
Oh.
do you just walk over there?
We're gonna walk.
All right. So
We're
you walk.
gonna walk.
So you walk down around the corner. Remember, you're in the art district, so the buildings are all well maintained, and it's very, 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 very nice. The Starbucks, of course, is one of the more posh Starbucks in the area. And you go into Starbucks, and as you walk in, you see the obvious shoulders and back of the gentleman who brought you the missive. He is sitting in his chair He's sitting in a chair with his back to the door at a 2-seater table that is well away from the counter and everything like that, but it's kind of in a corner of the Starbucks. And there's like a couple of big plants that seem to be positioned on either side of it to where there's only the table and like it's almost like a private little grotto.
Aww.
And as you're walking up, the gentleman stands up and he kind of like turns around and looks at you and he nods and smiles, and he turns and he's holding the chair out for you to sit down. On the other side of the table, in the other chair here, there is a woman. She is in a well-appointed business suit. It's very on brand. She has her hair pulled back in a very tight ponytail. She is wearing glasses. There is a briefcase on the ground beside her. There are several documents out in front of her, and her phone is sitting to the right of her, and she is, looking at her phone and making notes on a piece of paper she has that's like in a manila folder. She's making notes, and she's looking at that, and she kind of looks up at you and she smiles, and she closes the folder, she stands up, and she says, "Lady Rosaline." She holds out her hand.
She takes it.
Her hand is fucking cold.
Oh boy.
And she says, "I trust that we did not put you to too great an inconvenience. We tried to find something close.
No,
That would be very, very public. I know you are meeting an absolute stranger. And I appreciate the level of trust that you are showing in me to allow this meeting to happen." And I would say trust in the situation because you obviously don't know me at all. My name is Elizabeth. Elizabeth Rail. And I am looking to help you by helping myself. Oh, we just got raided. Well, wow. Hi.
Hello.
Oh, the Nat 30s rated us. Hi, guys. Thank you very much for the raid. Really appreciate it. Welcome to Dinner and a Game. That's what DAG Show stands for, Dinner and a Game, the show. And we are playing World of Darkness tonight. And we really appreciate you guys coming in. And thank you for the raid. We really enjoy having you guys here. And we're going to get back to the roleplay. But she says, yes, my name is Elizabeth Rail. And I want to help you by helping myself. I understand that you are one of a number of people from very different, and she kind of like raises an eyebrow, walks of life. And somehow you've all been drawn together in an arrangement that normally does not happen. I represent people who look to these portents and wish to understand what these portents mean to the rest of us. Because, as you may or may not know... Oh, thank you very much for the bits. We really appreciate it. And I hope you guys follow us because we are doing a giveaway when we hit 1,000 followers. Whether you're watching the show or not, we're going to be giving away this set of D&D 5 ebooks. All you have to do is give us a follow. Follows are free, and we will be giving this away when we hit 1,000. We're at 640 right now, so we're almost there. So, she says, this is a decidedly difficult situation. because your group crosses so many social boundaries in our communities that it is very, very difficult to find a way to reach out to one of you that would be trusted enough to allow me to even begin to speak to you. Now, I know that you have received distressing news recently. And
Hold on, you've been spying on my home.
No. I've been spying on the fake courts.
All right.
And I've been monitoring some situations that have come to pass. The Sealy have had some upsetting situations come to pass. High King David's return has, of course, been very disruptive. And there's a restructuring of the normal power structure, as High King David has made sweeping changes. And there is, obviously this is why you're being summoned, but I understand that you're probably not receptive to coming back to renegotiate the situation.
I have to go.
Oh, no. I'm not telling you not to go. I'm telling you that you're agreeing to their request, which will probably be more of a demanded request than a direct request. But you're agreeing to their request is not something that I want to happen either. For my own personal reasons, and I will not lie to you, I have my own reasons for wanting this. But I am willing to help you because I have a means to settle this situation in a manner that will not require you to acquiesce to their demands, will allow them to have a more swift rectification of their situation, and will also provide you with enough shelter to hopefully guarantee that this won't happen anytime soon again.
Can I see what the hell this woman is?
You can give me a kenning and perception.
Oh, sweet. Kenning and perception?
Yes, Mom.
Awesome.
And will she get Eldritch Blast if she finds up with this shit?
Only if she's playing D&D.
Alright, here we go. Buckle in, buckaroo.
Hold on to your butts.
What was the difficulty?
The difficulty is... Oh, I didn't give you difficulty. So we'll say for this one, it's going to be an 8, actually.
I got 4 successes.
Okay. When you reach out with your kenning, which is basically you utilizing your glamour to kind of feel out the nature of another creature. It's usually done on Fae. But when you reach out with your kenning with your glamour to touch her, number one, she is very banal. Not as bad as Vera. But pretty much as bad as any normal mortal. Which, for you, most supernatural are fairly not banal. The only ones who really are the undead. So it's kind of odd because she seems like she knows a lot about the supernatural community. She is not. She is not Fae.
Yeah, but she's cold to the touch, like really cold.
Yeah, but she's not Fae.
Yep.
but she is... There is bindings and effects upon her, but none of them come through chimerical means. There's no glamour being involved here. There's other magics being involved, but it's nothing that pertains directly to the Fae.
That is the cutest doggy in the whole world.
Oh, babies!
This is Alice.
Hello, Alice.
Alice needed cuddles.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
What are you... Okay. Why?
Because it benefits me.
Why?
Because if you enter in this arrangement, they will have a means to settle the situation that I don't want them to take. Because it does not gain me anything. But if they are allowed to find this possibility that I have put in motion, I gain a considerable personal advantage. We all have the things we want and the things we need. This is what I want and I need. I can tell you that it is... I can't tell you that what I want is in the best interest of everyone. Because it's in the best interest of me. And it will have ramifications. But because you're not going to be denying them anything, you're not going to be in any way, shape, or form implicated.
But what happens if I do accept?
You don't have to get married.
No.
You
On
don't.
merit, what happens to you?
Hopefully nothing. I don't want them to know that I'm doing this.
Okay, so what are you wanting to do with so I don't get married? I really want to know the whole goal.
It's obvious that I'm using political machinations to achieve some kind of position of power.
Yes.
It's obvious that I'm not Fae.
Yes, it is very obvious.
But it's obvious that I have knowledge of this Fae.
Yes.
And I have knowledge of the courts, and I have knowledge of the other supernatural natures of other beings,
Yes.
and that I reached out to you directly, a member of the Fae Court.
Yes.
So it's obvious that I've done my homework.
Yes.
I have a decided goal. And that goal is only based around me achieving something that has implications to disturb Fae society, not destroy. And will definitely be detrimental to at least one other person.
And that other person being?
I would rather not say.
You're gonna have to.
Do you know what plausible deniability is?
Yes.
If I were to tell you, there would be absolutely no way you could keep that information contained. You don't even understand how many times you come across creatures that read your mind, read
so
your
it's
surface
somebody
thoughts.
I know.
Oh, it's someone that almost everyone would know in your communities.
So either way, it's gonna affect me possibly negatively.
You don't directly have ties to the Fae courts. You severed those ties to avoid marriage. You have only the most tertiary
I'm not
ties.
talking about that. I'm not talking about that.
What are you talking about?
If it's someone I do know outside of the courts.
I didn't say it was outside of the courts.
So it's somebody in the courts.
Yes. If you keep guessing and you guess correctly, you have literally destroyed the entire anonymity we're trying to maintain. I came to you because I know you do not want to be part of the courts. And I know that you do not want to have any dealings with that side of your nature. I know that you accept the fact that you're Fae, but you do not want to be part of their culture. So everything I'm telling you is the fact that I'm not going to try and destroy Fae culture. I'm not going to try and destroy the court systems. I'm not doing anything that is going to bring down the society that has been built.
Can I hold on? There's a thing I can do. Hold on.
Thingies.
Hold on. And
Thingies.
it's gonna be face stuff. Hold on.
Here
I gotta
face
get to the page.
stuff.
I gotta get to the page. Hold on. I have to go
comes the
all the
thing.
way to 170. Jesus Christ. This book is massive.
Mhm.
Yeah, it is. They're all massive.
I gotta make a video tomorrow because I got a bunch of Exalted books in. I'm gonna make one tag Will in it.
Oh! I have a physical copy of Dragon Blooded coming in.
My main book is coming in. I've got like first or second ed copies of everything, but I just want it for lore.
Yeah, there's a lot of lore. Come
my
on.
Did you buy the 3rd edition stuff, Ray?
Only the 3rd edition main book.
So the solar book.
I think it's no. I bought all 3 books.
So Lunar Dragon Blooded too?
Yeah.
Okay.
I've got the PDFs. I haven't even got a chance to read them, but yes, I got them. Did you got your page?
No, it's my computer's going super slow. Hold
Super
on.
slow.
Because I had the book open. It's just I wasn't expecting to go to my arts real quick.
Yeah, and the big problem is, even though you have the book open, it's a 400-page book. So if you don't keep turning the pages, it goes into sleep mode, and then you have to. It has to spin back up. That's the bad part about having digital versus paper copies.
Okay, I'm at page 145. I'm close. Scroll.
You know, you can just type in the number.
It won't let me do it on Dropbox.
Oh. If you have room, you can just download it. It's an
Nope.
It's big.
It is a big book. Okay, so chicanery. We're gonna go past that. We're gonna go past that.
Holy crap! I always forget how big the Exalted books are, but
Yeah.
hells.
They're
I have the 3rd edition PDF, and that's like 660 pages.
Yep. And that is probably the biggest Exalted book, but the other Exalted books are not frickin' small. They're almost every single one is over 400 pages.
Okay. I am going to do Omen, which is my soothsay stuff.
Okay.
It is basically, it's the big picture thing again. So it's basically when casting an Omen cantrip, the realm determines what the Omen is about. In most cases, it'll be a realm of Fae or actor, since most Omens concern people.
Okay.
So it is possible to cast an Omen upon an object and learn a little bit about its feature.
Okay, so you want to cast on an object or your person?
Basically the person, because if I get one success, I get one clue about the immediate plan of the target, or the more successes that I have, I can get more information on the person before me.
So Actor 2, I don't think you'll be able to affect them. Because you need like Actor 3 or Actor 4 to be able to affect strangers. I don't even think they've given... No, they gave you their name.
Yes, they did.
So they're not a complete stranger anymore, so you can use Actor 2.
Sweet. Okay, so that means I have to roll Realm, which is my...
Actually, shouldn't it be under the rope? Under the cantrip, I should say? Does it have a system? They usually have systems written into them.
Yeah, that's what I was just saying. It is my Soothsay plus Actor, which is under the Realms.
So you got a 2, I think?
Yeah.
And your Soothsay is 2?
Yeah, this will be Realm of the Fate or Actor. So this is Actor. So 2 and 2. So I got to roll 4.
Mm-hmm.
And let's go.
Difficulty is still an 8.
That's fine. 1, 2, 3. I got 3 successes.
Jesus. All right.
Basically, with 3 successes, I can learn the following. Why is the book? Please get to the book. Computer. Alright, so basically, 1 success, I learn 1 clue about the immediate plan of the target. 2 successes, 1 clue about the demeanor or general disposition of the target. If changeling, I can learn 1 clue about the court, but they're not changeling. And long-term goal of the target.
All right. So first off, you get 1 clue about the target, right?
Mm-hmm.
The clue about the target is that,
which is the immediate plan.
Clue about the immediate plan.
Mm-hmm.
The immediate plan is based around gaining your favor.
Mm-hmm.
So the clue clearly is that you have the upper hand because something about you is the contingency for this plan. So, then what was the next one? 2?
The next one is 1 clue about the demeanor or general disposition of the target.
The target is absolutely and completely patient and stoic.
Mm-hmm.
Has not been shattered, has not been rattled, has not been phased, and it has been reacting to you with no strong emotional blends.
That's fine.
And the last one?
1 clue about the long-term goal.
This is very personal.
Oh boy. She's just gonna drum her fingernails onto the table and she's like, so, we're gonna be honest now, right? Because I'm pretty sure this is a personal vendetta.
And she kind of looks at you and she raises an eyebrow and she says, and if it is,
Why?
why does anyone seek to make good on a vendetta? Because they have been wronged.
Why were you wronged? How were you wronged? Because I can just get up and leave this table right now.
Yes, you can. I was wronged. I was betrayed. And that betrayal cost me everything. And more. I swore vengeance. I swore an oath so powerful that it is my motivation. It is my drive. It is beyond my ambition. It is my existence.
Yowza.
But I am not dispassionate. And I am not a monster. I do not wish anyone else to be harmed by my actions or anyone else's actions. But I will not be thwarted.
I see if they're lying. Is there a way I can tell if they're lying? Because, you know...
Well, you can make me a perception plus manipulation roll to see it... Oh, no, sorry. Manipulation is a skill. Ooh, that's a good question. Would it be manipulation or would it be perception? Actually, I will let you choose if you want to use manipulation or perception. And then you're going to be using that with subterfuge. And you're basically
I got nothing in. I'm just rolling flat. Let's go.
And the difficulty is 7.
All right, we're gonna.
You're not using a magical ability. You're literally trying to judge whether they're lying.
Yeah, we're gonna use manipulation for this.
Okay.
1 success.
Shit, you got a success. This is great. All right. Obviously, they're holding back something. This is, but she's literally telling you that she's holding back.
Yeah.
But other than that, they seem to be, as far as you can tell, they're freaking sincere. They do not want to hurt anyone else. They do not want anyone else to be caused harm for this action. But they are pointedly saying the word want.
Want. They don't want.
We don't
Oh.
want to hurt anyone,
But
people could get
but-
hurt.
So there's a chance for somebody to get hurt.
If you walk out your door to try and get on the bus, there's a chance you could die.
Well put. Well put. Touche. Well played.
However, there is a very strong chance that people could be severely hurt by these actions, which is why I have spent so much time laying out a plan, trying to make best with all the contingencies I could, and delving that plan out and waiting, even though this is a drive in me that can literally cause me pain and agony if I do not maintain it. I have endured to try and find the best way to have justice and minimize the collateral damage.
How long do I have before I have to make a decision?
You have to be there in 7 days?
7.
I would like you to be able to have the decision 3 days prior to your departure. I need some time to make sure things are set and ready for when you arrive.
Since I don't even know what you have planned, I can't really make any agreements or negotiations.
You know that what I have planned is risky. You know
Yes.
that at least one person is going to be very harmed by
Yes.
what I have planned.
Yes.
You only have my word that this is justice.
Yes. And there's a possibility in all of this, even if this plan is risky, I may end up being a scapegoat.
I would...
Whatever this is.
I would say that there are ways to force anyone to divulge anything. And if I am directly caught and they wish to extract information from me, they will. But my plan should never put myself in any position to be exposed. The reason for that is all the pieces that I have in play have no connection to each other directly. So none of them can reveal each other. Of all the pieces, you are the most important, which is why you're the only one I've directly reached out to.
What is to say I don't leave this Starbucks right now and I call my friends and say this weird lady was asking me a bunch of questions?
You're going to do that anyway. If you haven't texted someone to let them know where you are and that you're not alone, which would have been very prudent.
They don't know where I'm at. They know I'm somewhere. And then I had a business meeting.
if you were confident in your abilities to be able to take this meeting on your own, then I am never going to deny a woman her ability to or her right to protect herself and make her own decisions. All I'm going to say is, it is a reason that I chose a public space.
Yeah. Though, before I do go, what are you?
The best thing I can tell you is knowing that information is just as jeopardous to your safety as knowing who the target is.
Oh my god.
I understand, but you have to understand that there are powers in play that I do not have control over. And they extract a heavy price for this knowledge.
Well, I think this meeting's done because I feel like we are getting nowhere.
If there's anything else you can think of, let me know.
Yep. I figure you have a way to contact me.
Well, I'm not going to show up in your apartment unannounced.
How? How did you... How do you know that?
I told you. I've been listening into the Fae Court.
She's gonna get up. Have a good day, Miss Elizabeth. She leaves. Brisket's with her, because Brisket always goes with her.
Yeah, and he's there. He doesn't like Starbucks.
I know. Did he take it?
Oh, he took a whole bunch of stuff. He has wallets, rings, watches.
She just looks over at him as they're walking down the street. Did you take anything from that lady?
And he's like, he looks at you, he kind of looked at you, and he's like, what lady?
Oh, he couldn't see her.
And he kind of looks at you, he's like,
Lady, I was sitting.
who couldn't I see?
At the Starbucks. The lady sitting across from me at the Starbucks.
There wasn't a lady sitting across from you at Starbucks.
Oh boy, she's gonna call Emery's right away.
And it is 10:30. You guys want to go ahead and call it here? I know it's getting late.
I'm good to go. I'm wide awake. I am wide awake after that.
Well, you know, this would definitely be one way to end the year.
Horrible cliffhanger for the end of the year.
Oh, yeah.
No.
Because we would be off for like 2 weeks, 3 weeks.
Yeah.
And then I'm gonna forget that I needed to call it. That I was calling Emery.
Don't worry, I always watch the show right before we go on. So,
Okay.
so do you guys want to call it here? Or what's the consensus? I know
It's
we
a
got.
It's
Huh?
a good place to call it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Well, thank you everyone for your patronage this evening. We really appreciate it. Thank you very much, guys, for the raid. We really appreciate that. That was amazing. We will be back on January the 4th for the next installment of Emerald Sanctums. We are going to be taking the rest of the year off so everyone may spend time with their families and enjoy themselves. If you want to catch any of our amazing creators here, Sphinx, where can you... number one, how many more shows are you doing for the end of the year, and where can you be found?
Oh my goodness.
Because we're stalking you.
I stalk him all the time. He
I
knows
know
that.
you do.
Well,
Oh my god.
a lot of the shows that I'm in won't be back until the new year, but I can tell you about them anyway.
There you go.
So of course on Tuesday nights, right here on Dinner and a Game, playing Emerald Sanctums as Emrys Malik, or Emrys Malik Grant, the Order of Hermes Mage. On Wednesday nights, here again with Dinner and a Game, playing Kingdoms of Mist, where I play Valestein O'Call, the Kalishtar Bard and Shadow Sorcerer. on every other Friday night with the Alex Bomb channel, playing Initiatives and Intrigues, where I play Badru Kamar, a cleric and bard multi-class, who's also an SMR. On the Fridays that I'm not doing that, I'm running my own game on the ADH Adventures channel, Agents of the Circle. I run a 5th edition Eberron homebrew for my friends, and all manner of hilarity ensues. We just got a new player in Grim Songbird, aka Songbird the Bard, on TikTok, and they are amazing, and their character is so good. And on Saturdays with ADH Adventures, I play Heroes Arc, which is another 5e homebrew where I play Raziel Jahari, an Asamar Necromancer. I really like Asamar.
You really do.
He does.
I never would have guessed. You know, I would have thought maybe gnome.
No.
Maybe
He
gnome.
like some gnome wizard, craziness kind of dude.
Okay. M, I know that your schedule is insanely long, but
Okay.
how many more do you have for the rest of the year? Are you doing a lot of them, or
I think I have 7.
7? So it's basically a week's more broadcast?
Yes, so every other Thursday you can see me DMing on Turn to Page 394. I run a Star Wars 5e game, which is set based in the Clone Wars era. Currently, we'll be going into Rebellion era here shortly. And then every Friday, you can find me on Vampiric Touch ENT. We're playing Exalted, where I play my Solar, Lena, who is a sorcerer. Bless her. She's had a rough go already at the
And I think the
beginning.
only one who hasn't been naked yet.
Yes, the only one that... Oh, yeah, they're all hot. They're all hot, by the way. Yes.
And all of them are closing optional, so.
Yes, apparently. And then right after that, you can find me on YouTube, because we film literally right after I get out of Exalted on the Figment Collective, where we play a Vampire the Masquerade V5 version, where I play Claire Cromwell, our Ventru fledgling. And then Saturday, we have our podcast, which will be releasing here soon, Coriolis, which is ran by Vampiric Touch ENT. That is our Patreon exclusive. Then every other Sunday, you can find me on Vampiric Touch ENT, where I play my Witchling, Twilight Druid, and now Fathomous Warlock, Aster Hollyhock. And then Mondays, you can find me on Mondays, whatever the week, whenever Craig decides to post things, you can find me on Night's Board. And then you can find me here.
She only does a little bit, ladies and gentlemen.
Only a little bit.
Only a little bit.
bit.
And if you want to find any of M's or Sphinx's links, they are link trees are up in their links, beacons and link trees are up in the chat. Dinner and a Game we broadcast on Tuesday nights for here with Emerald Sanctums. Wednesday nights is our D&D 5e, except this week it got canceled because holidays and everything happens like that. We have our Wednesday night game, which is Kingdoms of Mist, which is a high swashbuckling treasure planet-esque game, but we play with magic instead of lasers, and we are currently trying to save the world, but we really just don't know what from yet. So, and we literally ended on a cliffhanger by accident because they are in a fight with a coven of hags
We love it.
and a giant
that.
and a giant
Was it like a
stupidly
six-armed
horrible
troll?
six-armed troll that is really bad.
Terrible news.
But we are also going to be, at the beginning of the year, we're going to be starting, I've already gotten some people interested, we've already gotten some things in a line, we're going to be starting some weekend games. They're going to be either on Saturday or Sunday, depending on people's availability, and they're going to be what we call the Grecian epics. They're going to be in that Homer-esque style of storytelling where these are going to be tales about the critical hero's sacrifice.
We love it.
The sacrifices that turn the world. And the first one we're doing, the first storyline we're going to be doing, is going to be set in Firefly. And it is going to be the events that led up to the Battle of Serenity Valley.
We love that.
And this is open to both Alliance and Browncoats, because there is a lot of backstory that I've already conceived for it, and it's already lined out. and you can play either side. And in the end, just know, like all the classic old westerns and everything like that, everybody fucking dies.
Love that.
But it's not whether or not you die. It's
how
how
you
you die and why.
Screw
So,
that, that's how you live.
and that's going to be a 5-part miniseries that we're going to be starting in January. As soon as I lock in the cast, I'll be making the final announcements on the date. And we're going to be doing that. I think that one may be on Sundays because I think we have the majority of people available on Sundays. And then I'm going to be opening that segment up to other DMs because I think it's the only way I'm ever going to play a game again. So if anyone has some concepts they want to run that are along that type of, the Odyssey type adventures, but on limited runs, we would love to hear the pitch. We would love to bring it on. We're doing them in anywhere from 3 to 5 episodes. So it's very episodic, and very clear cut. You'll have a linear, a complete timeline set up for you, so you'll know how long you'll build it out. You'll tell me how long it has to be, but we don't want to go over 5 episodes if we can. So that is everything for us. Now let us go and participate in the family fun that is being had. Where's my
ADH Adventures?
At
We
ADH
have
Adventures.
a newly engaged couple.
We are starting to raid. We are going to go there. We're going to make some noise. We're going to tell them how much we love them, how much we congratulate them, and how much we wish them the best. And do give ADH Adventures a follow if you have not followed them yet. They create great content, and they are amazing people, and we love them very much, and we love you very much. Remember, at dinner again, we always save you a seat at the table. When you're out, wear a mask when you can. Be safe. We want you to come back. We want you to join us again week after week. We will see you next year, and we hope you come back and join us. We love you all. Good night.
Bye.
And we are clear.
I'm going to kill the fucking dog.
Yeah, he always does that when we're broadcasting. He gets all whiny and he wants attention.